Dano, the actor, he has broken his silence after Quentin Tarantino dissed his acting skills. The actor, of course, saw a flood of support and praise from fellow actors in recent weeks after Tarantino labeled him, quote, the weakest actor in SAG. However, he has not really spoken about the insult until now, and he really didn't say a whole lot. He told Variety in an interview that was published yesterday, that was really nice, meaning he said it was also incredibly grateful that I was also incredibly grateful that the world spoke up for me, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, which they did. And, as they did for Owen Wilson, who was also mentioned, and Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I've got a little follow-up with Matthew Lillard here. But specifically what Tarantino said was, he's weak sauce, man. He is the weak sister. Daniel Day-Lewis is eating him alive. Austin Butler would have been wonderful in that role. He's just a weak, uninteresting guy. When asked about Tarantino's remark at the 20th anniversary screening of Little Miss Sunshine at Sundance, Dano's co-star Toni Collette had interrupted to defend him before he could answer. And I love her quote. She said, are we really going to go there? She said, F that guy. He must have been high. It was just confusing. Who does that? And Matthew Lillard is now expanding a little bit on the reaction to the comments from other actors. Tarantino had gone on to diss him as well. And a lot of people stepped up for him, including George Clooney, who said that he would be honored to work with any of those actors. And Matthew said it was crazy. I keep showing it to my wife to convince her that I am worthy, that people still like me.
Look.
Wow.
And he also said, I am a piece of ass. Lillard described the degree to which people expressed support for him in the days after as like living through your own wake. He said all those RIP emails or tweets and Instagram posts and TikToks, all those things we see after somebody passes are so sweet. And the reality is, I just got to live through all of it firsthand, alive and kicking.
He's exactly right. We always talk about that. If Pierre could have seen.
Oh, my gosh.
Could have seen the outpouring.
Yeah.
And he did get it throughout his life.
Yeah.
But to have been able to see that, it would have been amazing.
You know what? And I was thinking about that too, specifically, Steve, about Pierre. And Pierre knew that the people of Philadelphia loved him. But he may also go, well, maybe they won't care when I'm gone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He was wrong.
He was wrong. He was way wrong. And I think that happens for a lot of people. But Matthew Lillard said, I can't imagine a more lovely reaction to what happened. He said, nobody has to like me. Nobody has to like any actor out there, obviously. It's personal preference, and I'm not everyone's first choice. That is obvious. But to then have that kind of reaction was beautiful, is what he said. Sydney Sweeney, of course, she did this little stunt the other day. She's launching her new direct-to-consumer lingerie brand called Siren. It just came out yesterday. And the debut is built around what she calls the art of the tease in a statement. She shared the brand reflects women's many sides, explaining, I'm not one thing, no woman is, in a post to social media. She told her fans, this is lingerie you wear for you.
Yeah, man.
No explanation, no apology.
Though I'm enjoying it as well.
Siren is organized around 4 personas. You have comfy, playful, romantic, and seductress.
Well, that's me.
With the first drop focused on seductress and the others rolling out later. The line emphasizes inclusive fit, offering 44 sizes and looks to address common comfort issues.
So these have been billion-dollar ventures for Rihanna and Kim Kardashian and some other celebrities with their lingerie lines.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of money she makes.
Yeah, she's probably going to do pretty well with it.
I think so.
Yeah. So the brand was teased earlier this week through a viral stunt that saw her hanging bras from the Hollywood sign, and the Chamber of Commerce in Hollywood is still apparently investigating the incident. She may not have had permission to do all that.
Case, I think you should have your own line.
You're right.
Crocs.
Okay.
Spelled Croquees.
Okay. That's like croquet.
I know.
Yeah. And I do love a good chicken croquet. Steve, Marissa was going through the Instagram, and she had Sydney's got a carousel of photos, and there's one where a nipple is exposed, and Marissa took the cursor and caressed the nipple with her cursor on purpose.
Rubbed it all over.
Pointing it out to you guys.
Is that what you were doing?
Just in case you hadn't noticed.
I actually really appreciated that, Marissa.
Well,
Hey, Preston,
Thank you.
I bet that was an accident.
I think it may have been an accident. All right, so actor Paul Walter Hauser is looking out for a fellow actor in his time of need, partnering with Cameo in the hopes of raising money for Dawson's Creek icon James Van Der Beek. Of course, he recently revealed that he was auctioning off memorabilia from his most well-known roles to help pay for his cancer treatment. Van Der Beek announced in November 2024 he'd been diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer. And Hauser wrote on his Instagram post, James Van Der Beek started selling his old stuff from his past acting jobs to pay for his colorectal cancer treatments, and it didn't sit well with me. He said, I'm an actor and father of 3 children, and I want them inheriting my trinkets and wardrobe and memorabilia someday. I wouldn't want to auction off a Stingray shirt, which is his character from Cobra Kai, or Marvel script to make ends meet for treatment. Hauser then went on to say that he hopes to raise $20,000 by March 1st through recorded Cameo videos. And he also plans to do an auction of his own to continue his support of a fellow actor and husband who has, he said, rolled a painful pair of dice these last couple of years. Items in the auction will include celebrity friends, personal items, and autographs like Josh Gad, Becky Lynch, Jimmy Kimmel, and many, many more, according to the actor. And he wants to get ahead of anyone who might be questioning the sudden philanthropic endeavor. He said, before the internet trolls wipe their saliva and attack their keyboards to question why I choose to raise money for this and not something they deem worthy of time, efforts, and funding, know that I've done stand-up comedy for Relay for Life's Cancer Charity Walk. I've donated my own earnings to organizations like Smile Train and Neighborly, and recently helped raise over $100,000 for Serve LA through my appearance on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. He said, just arming myself with facts and receipts at the ready. I've always liked James Van Der Beek, and he seems like a really good dude.
That's nice.
And he said it's not clear if Van Der Beek is aware of the campaign or not. So I thought that was really, really nice for him to do something like that. Let me see here. Rob and Patricia Schneider are divorcing after nearly 15 years of marriage, with Patricia filing in Maricopa County, Arizona in December of last year. Court records show the split will be finalized through a confidential consent decree covering child support, parenting time, and alimony, and the pair were ordered to attend a parenting class. Patricia said their marriage was completely broken and that there is no chance of reconciliation.
Sounds like there's a shot.
Maybe they're holding out hope. The former couple will share 2 daughters, Miranda and Madeline. Schneider previously had described their April 2000 wedding as the happiest day of his life.
I got that in.
Yeah. So after a pretty wild dating life, seems Pete Davidson has truly settled down with Elise Hewitt. The couple became parents to a baby girl last month, and both say that they're not done. The two spoke to Us Weekly, talked about what's next, and when asked if more kids were a possibility, Davidson replied, we want her to have a friend for sure. We love the idea of her being a big sister. Hewitt added, the idea of making another one and making a sibling is something that I've already been like I want to do it again. What about tying the knot? That's also on the table, apparently. She had said, or he said, yeah, we'll do all that stuff.
We're not talking about a vasectomy, right?
No, I don't think so.
Probably marriage.
Yeah. So the couple have been romantically linked since last March. So he may be finally settling
He
down.
seems to have settled down a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a time where he was dating somebody new
Crazy.
every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll never catch Martha Stewart without her face on unless she wants you to.
Put it on my face. Put it on. I'm going out to the gym.
In a recent appearance, the 84-year-old said that she never leaves the house without showering and getting glammed up, even before an early morning workout. She said, I go to the gym every morning at 6:30. I have to be out of the house by 6:15. I set my alarm for 5:45, and that gives me time to take a shower. She says, I never go to the gym without showering.
It is a common thing. I told you the guys, I was at this in La Jolla, California. I was out there for a wedding of my niece. And this is an area where a lot of, I guess, celebrities or whatever, I don't know what they are, but they sure look like celebrities and movie stars to me. Yeah. I go into this gym. I've got my regular gym workout clothes on. Everyone's done up to the nines. Really? Unbelievable. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of advanced work on how they show up to the gym.
I don't feel complete or ready if I don't shower. Like, I hate leaving the house, but I would never shower right before a workout. It seems... counterintuitive, counterproductive even. So She said, I never go to the gym without showering. I would never go anywhere. I would not leave the second floor of my house without showering. Wow. She added that she wears enough makeup for the workout, including a foundation with SPF, cheek color, and lip gloss.
And she says she will not leave until she's dropped a deuce.
And she's
having to take a dump while working out.
Oh.
One of the 3 worst kinds of dumps.
It's painful, especially if you're doing crunches.
And she said, and I look really good. And I have to because there's men in the gym. And there's always other people that might see me, and I do not want to look awful.
She was one who had designs on Pete Davidson. Remember that?
Did she? About that.
She talked about that.
Yeah, that's right. All right, how about this? During a visit to CBS Mornings earlier this week, Gayle King lobbed a rather unique insult at former reality star / current Los Angeles mayoral candidate Spencer Pratt. While discussing his time on the Hills, King said, Spencer, there were so many times that where you were really just a douche canoe on that show. And Pratt rolled with it in the moment and even said, if anything, I probably should have been a bigger douche canoe. And he talked about the moment later. He said, I've been called everything at this point, but I've never been called that. But my reaction to being called everything is pretty good, he says. I do like that term, douche canoe. You don't hear it that often. It's not overused.
There should
be
a brand of canoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Why
Is that
not?
a douche?
That's a douche.
Wow. All right, so I Play Rocky will hit theaters November 20th to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the film Rocky.
I play Rocky and you play Apollo.
Anthony Ippolito stars as a young Sylvester Stallone.
He's good.
In the true story of an unknown actor who insists that he was meant not just to write Rocky, but to star as Rocky Balboa as well.
He played Pacino in the mini series, I guess that's what you call it, The Offer, about the making of The Godfather.
Oh, okay.
He was tremendous.
No kidding.
He was fantastic.
Okay.
So, in 50 years, are we going to have a movie called He Play Rocky? About the making of I Play Rocky?
No, you don't much like me, none neither, but I play Rocky.
The film frames Stallone's gamble on himself as the real-life underdog story.
It's a hell of a story.
Yeah, just as inspiring as the new iconic Rocky movie.
They were really high on getting like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, a name.
Like a name.
Yeah.
And he took a massive pay hit to play Rocky. Really? And of course he was right.
Yeah, that movie never would have
You needed him.
had the kind of legs or been the kind of, sensation that it was if Stallone hadn't played that character.
Briefly, they flirted with Regis.
That makes no sense.
I can take this guy. I'm just a ham and egger.
The ensemble.
I'm not running after a chicken.
The ensemble cast includes Matt Dillon,
My hip hurts.
Anna Sophia Robb, Toby Cabell, Tracy Letts, Jade Duplass, and more.
I just want to go to the distance.
Nobody's ever gone the distance with Creed.
Never with Apollo.
Yeah.
He's the best.
All right, the long-awaited reboot of the 1986 fantasy film Highlander is finally moving forward. Yesterday, Henry Cavill gave fans and followers a first look at him in his role as the immortal warrior Connor McLeod on social media.
It looks good. You're a Highlander fan?
I'm not really. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it like the people that do.
I do.
Yeah.
I loved now the subsequent ones, not so much. But that first one, especially I forget the director's name, but he came from the world of MTV videos, and it had a really stylized look to it. There are some things that are crazy, like Sean Connery playing a Spaniard with a heavy Scottish accent.
Right.
But
right.
I love it.
Is there a Highlander series?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was.
Okay.
It was with Regis.
I'm immortal.
Who was that? Lorenzo Lamas?
No, it was a Canadian actor, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can be only one.
Yeah, Renegade you're thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for clarifying.
So yeah, it definitely has a diehard fan base.
Yeah.
So there are people that absolutely are deep into the film. Alongside 2 pictures of him on set, he wrote, "Happy first look for Highlander. This has been quite the journey for me, which I'll tell you about when the time is right, but it's a special moment to be able to share this, and I hope you enjoy. The project was first announced 5 years ago. Last year, everything came to a halt as Cavill was injured in training for the film, and along with him, the cast includes Russell Crowe, Karen Gillan, Jaimin Hansu, Dave Bautista, Marissa Abella, and Max Zhang. So great cast.
Yeah, I like one of the many things I like about Cavill is that he is a fan of the genre. Like he is a video gamer.
Yeah.
He builds his own friggin' computers. he's into this stuff.
That's cool. That's a good person to have doing it. So no word on the release date as of yet. All right, we'll do one more story. The Duffer Brothers' next project after the decade-long Stranger Things is on the way. The brothers are stepping back this time to the roles of executive producers for the upcoming limited series called Something Very Bad is Going to Happen. Over 8 episodes, Something Very Bad tells the story of an ill-fated wedding and the week leading up to the big day. There's a list of names here. I don't really recognize them. Camilla Marone, Adam DeMarco, Jeff Wilbush.
Not familiar.
Carla Crome.
Does this focus in on the Liza Minnelli wedding?
You remember that?
You remember the picture, yeah.
Michael Jackson, Liza Minnelli. Who was...
she married a guy who is a Broadway producer.
What was his name?
I forget, but everyone knew he was gay. And it's okay, but I mean, it was destined to go south. It wasn't going to work.
God, I can't remember his name, but he was actually... He was important to Van Halen, believe it or not.
Was he associated with the production on that side?
I forgot.
The guy was talented, but he was just...
I forgot what it was. Man, I'll have to remember. Oh, no. It wasn't Van Halen. It was the Doobie Brothers. It was David Guest, it was his idea to get the Doobie Brothers to play on What's Happening.
Get out.
There we go.
That's what it was.
Okay. You owe that to him, Case.
I had read, I read Michael McDonald's book, and I was like, but I also read Sammy Hagar's book. I was going through a rock star biography phase, and I bled in with Van Halen there. It wasn't Van Halen. It was the Doobie Brothers.
Don't you hope the Duffer Brothers are doing that?
But David Guest. Oh, my God.
That would rival Stranger Things.
Yeah. Something Very Bad is going to happen. Debuts on Netflix March 26th, by the way. All right, we have some clips to play, I believe. So, Hang on. Colonel Quinn and the Misfits crew of his Netherlands Army base are back in Going Dutch. And here Taylor Mishak delves into what makes her character so special.
Our showrunner, Joel Church Cooper and Hillary Winston, both of them really helped make Maggie this complicated and dynamic and rich character that's so fun to play. So that's more fun than anything.
Really?
Yeah. New episode of Going Dutch airs tonight, 9:30. That's on Fox.
By the way, apparently that episode of What's Happening with the Doobie Brothers aired 48 years ago yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
We should have had a celebration.
We should have, yeah.
By the way, we had Taylor in the studio.
We did.
Yeah, when they're promoting the series.
All right, next clip. Here we go. Bridgerton follows the 8 siblings as they navigate London's high society marriage market during the Regency era. And here, Yeren Ya explains why her joining the cast feels like a dream.
This show has genuinely felt like such a gift and a little bit of a Cinderella moment for me in the sense that I never thought that I would play a leading lady. 9-year-old Yeren self would never imagine that I would be in a show like this. So it's quite surreal.
Oh, shut up, woman.
Season 4, part 1 of Bridgerton is streaming today on Netflix.
Did you ever watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of clips. Rochelle was watching it for a bit, and it was... it didn't do anything for me.
I think they kind of lost a bit of the steam when they got rid of it. I know that the material by its nature, the characters come in and out.
Right.
But that guy who was the big breakout heartthrob in the season 1.
I saw him in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and he is impossibly good looking.
He is.
Yeah,
That's the guy you keep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You hang on to that one.
That dude.
Yep. All right, so that's our entertainment report. We got some stuff happening today. When we return, we're going to tell you what the next category is for the WMM Emmys and how you can vote for them. It'll be our last day of voting, and tomorrow we'll reveal who the winners are. It's our answer to the Grammys. We're also going to have director Ric Roman Waugh joining us. A film Shelter starring Jason Statham is coming out, and he's the director. We'll come back in a moment. Stay with us.
See, it all looks professional.
It does. All right, third question of the first round, and there are 5 per round. Here we go. What is Dee's nickname that was...
Hey!
All right, James?
Shut up, bird.
Incorrect.
Ooh, this is not good radio.
What is Dee's nickname that was given to her in high school?
The aluminum monster.
That is correct. Alex gets a point. That's from the episode titled The Aluminum Monster versus Fatty Magoo. Question number 4. What is Rickety Cricket's
Hey!
James?
Matthew Mara.
Matthew Mara is correct. Rickety Cricket's real name. All right, question number 5. And this is a lengthy one. A lengthy setup. I just want to tell you ahead of time. Here we go. Mac and Charlie go to a diving pool they used to go to as kids. But the pool has been abandoned and is full of garbage. Mac says that the pool looks like the way that it is because of a pattern of discrimination against lower class people. But Charlie says it's because a kid drowned. Alex?
Jamie Nelson.
That is correct! And round 1 comes to a completion. And by the way, that was from Mac and Charlie White Trash episode. Nick, what is the score so far?
All tied up at 2 apiece.
Nice, guys.
2
Very
for
nice.
Alex, 2 for James.
It's a tie score.
And they got the same question incorrect, I want to point out. So nobody stole anything from anyone on that one. So... Two to 2 in round 1. And we now move on to a slightly more difficult section of our contest. This is round 2 with our medium difficulty questions, and each question is worth 2 points.
2 points.
It's helpful.
Question number 1. We need you to give us the full definition for the meaning of the Dennis system.
Hey!
James.
D, demonstrate value. E, you're going to engage physically. N, you are going to nurture that dependence. The second N, you are going to make sure you neglect emotionally. I, you are going to inspire hope. And then with that S, you are going to separate entirely.
That's correct.
Well done!
That was impressive, James. All right, 2 points for James on question number 1 of round number 2 as we are playing
The battle of the self-proclaimed experts.
I don't get tired of it.
I love that I can just point to Steve and he'll do that. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Here we go. When the gang buys a boat, Dee is in charge of cleaning out the old stuff, but she throws it overboard. When Charlie starts to find the items, what does he believe?
Hey!
James?
There's a horse cemetery down there with dolls and figurines of sorts.
All right, let me go for a ruling on that. Okay, we have a correct answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Relics of an ancient horse massacre.
Horse massacre.
That is, we would have accepted. So 2 more points.
I forgot that.
Going to James. Third question. What is the name of Patty's rival bar in the...
Hey!
All right, James.
Molly's.
Molly's is correct. That's... That is from the episode The Gang Reignites the Rivalry. Fourth question of round 2. Mac creates an exercise bike in Hero or Hate Crime. What is the name of it? Alex.
Am I allowed to say this on air?
You can.
All right, Ass Pounder 4000.
Yes, the Ass Pounder 4000.
I was thinking the same thing.
By the way, the bloopers from that episode, some of the funniest things you'll ever see.
I make sure, I watch my mouth a little bit. That's
Nope, it's all good. All right, we can always jump out on you to do something inappropriate. All right, and then the 5th and final question from round number 2.
Round number 2.
Who is the local news reporter that Dennis fantasizes? Alex?
Jackie DiNardo.
Yep.
That's correct. Yeah, Jackie DiNardo. And that is the end of round 2. Nick, what is our total so far?
In round number 2, James got 6 points, Alex got 4, and now James leads 8-6.
Wow.
All right, 8-6. So it is anybody's game.
It's anybody's game.
Because round 3 takes us up quite a notch. These are the most difficult questions that we could come up with. And therefore, they are going to be worth 5 points each.
5 points each.
So this can absolutely take off.
So
Take off.
I want to ask you guys, as far as the prize is concerned, because it is a VIP experience for the It's Always Sunny podcast at the Met. Are you more excited about the parking situation? Because parking at the Met can be really tough. Or is it meeting the gang?
I've never been to the Met, so I'm not too sure how the whole parking thing is, but
Talking past experience, parking is actually higher on that list, and I'm proud to admit.
Have you guys
in this scenario?
Have you guys ever had the opportunity to meet anybody from the show?
From the show directly? No, I have not.
all right.
So this is
They're fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are going to love it. Whoever gets this is going to have a wonderful experience that night. All right, we're ready for the third and final round. 5 points per question, our hardest ones yet.
Battle of the self-proclaimed experts.
Let's begin.
Begin.
Question number 1, here we go. What name does Dennis refer to Frank's character, the troll, in the Nightman Cometh?
Hey!
James.
His name is Antonio in the show itself.
That is correct. Yes, that's a correct answer. Antonio. Dennis refers to him as Antonio before he shoots him.
Bang, bang.
And that is from the Nightman Cometh episode. All right, question number 2. What size shoe? Alex.
13.
Yeah! Wow. To finish the question. What size shoe does Sweet D wear? And that is from the episode Who Pooped the Bed? A size 13. 5 points. All right, we have 3 more questions to go in round number 3. Here we go. Pappy McPoyle, the patriarch of the McPoyle family, has a pet Pocono swallow. Alex wants to answer. Alex?
Royal McPoyle.
That is correct!
Wow, played.
That is from McPoyle and Ponderosa, the trial of the century. So 5 points for Alex.
Wow.
4th question in the 3rd round. What are the names of the 2 episodes that Preston and Steve are...
Hey!
James?
The gang gets whacked, part 1 and 2.
That is incorrect.
This is not good radio!
So I'll finish the question for Alex. What are the names of the 2 episodes that Preston and Steve are both in?
All right. Charlie Goes America, all over everybody's asses, and Max Big Break.
That is incorrect.
Dead air!
It was indeed Max Big Break, but the other was America's Next Top Patties Billboard Model Contest.
You starred in...
Yeah, Casey and I were in
That's right.
the Charlie episode.
That's correct.
You might remember us from the high five we gave in the background.
Yeah, in the van, right.
I was in, Steve and I were in the one with the construction workers. That was the Billboard contest.
And we were with
and
some
Max Big Break was the
Eagles players were with us.
the Flyers game. That's correct, yes. All right, so the last question we posed to you has to do with the episode that Kathy was in. All right.
The episode Kathy was in.
In the episode that Kathy was in, Dennis looks like a registered sex offender was the name. What was the name of the sex offender?
What a good question.
In the episode that Kathy was in, Dennis looks like a registered sex offender. What was the name of the sex offender? Alex.
Wendell Smart Eyes. Smart Eyes was his nickname.
All right, I'm going to the judges, and we're giving a correct answer for Alex on that one. We would have also accepted Wendell Albright, but Wendell Smart Eyes is correct. And we go to Nick McElwain for the total. And how did we do after round 3?
With 15 points in round 3 and a grand total of 21 points overall, our winner is Alex!
Oh, my goodness. Alex rallied. I thought James had it.
Listen, they're insane, both of them, with their incredible command of this knowledge. But at the end, Alex, you did it, man. Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good job.
James, your knowledge is...
I'm gonna kick a little ass.
Hang on.
Gonna kick some ass in the USA. Gonna climb a mountain. Gonna soar a flag. Gonna fly on an eagle. I'm gonna kick some butt. I'm gonna drive a big truck. I'm gonna rule this world. I'm gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna rise up. I'm gonna kick a little ass. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Beautiful.
James, your knowledge is impressive. Oh my God, he's got a bag of spaghetti.
I forgot to ask you guys what your spaghetti policy was.
Alex, did you bring some cat food to eat?
I brought no cat food. Nah, I should have brought a bag of spaghetti. That looks pretty good right now.
You want some?
No, I'm good, I'm good.
Oh man,
It's good stuff. They know their stuff.
I wish we could send you both, guys.
You know what? We might not be able to get James into the event, but we can set him up with parking somewhere around the city.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
If I'm within the vicinity of the event, that's actually still pretty cool.
Well, we are going to set up for Alex as the winner of the self-proclaimed expert of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, a VIP experience, tickets, parking, food and beverage,
yes,
and a meet and greet with the gang for the It's Always Sunny podcast live Monday, September 19th at the Met.
Yeah. I don't think we could have had two better contestants. Great job, guys.
All right, you know what? We had tiebreaker questions, and I hate to see these go to waste.
Let's
want
do it.
me to ask these just for fun?
Please,
this is for fun. We'll have you buzz in. All right, so
Tiebreaker questions.
But not for points.
But not for points.
All right.
Just for the hell of it.
Who did the Flyers?
We're doing this.
Who did the Flyers play during the shooting of Mac's big break?
Wow.
During the actual shooting of it.
Not the actual murder.
I'm gonna just say the Devils off of guess. Are we buzzing in? My fault.
Nah, just go ahead.
I was gonna say the New Jersey
Yeah, I
Devils.
was going to say the Red Wings, but
Nope, it was the Montreal Canadiens.
there's some red in there.
Played the Habs, yeah. All right, and then the last one, we had a second one ready to go. In Hero or Hate Crime, the arbitrator scratches the ticket. Now, buzz in if you do know the answer to this. And it revealed the ticket won $10,000 as Mac takes the ass pounder for.
Hey!
Yes.
I'm gonna guess $14.
That is correct. James would have got that right. As Mac takes the ass pounder 4,000 and his ticket and leaves. The others are presented with the bill. How much has Mac left? And it was $14. They used 3 arbitrators in 17 hours. The bill was $9,986. They decided that Mac should pay for it because arbitration was his idea, which will leave him with just $14 because $10,000 minus $9,986 equals 14.
There you go.
Of course, we all know how that works out. You guys were great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
For being so much fun and for the encyclopedic-like knowledge that you have of one of the great. All right, thank you, Marissa. So the WMMAMmies. Yesterday we had the Rock Tour of the Year. We had our votes come in, and those are done. We will tabulate them, and then tomorrow we'll announce the winner of that category, along with the winner of the new category. Today we are looking for the big one, the Rock Artist of the Year. All right, it's easy to do. Go to PrestonandSteve.com and you can vote. And they have to be bands that had some activity that was going on that was big and high profile for the past year.
Yeah.
And so the ones that are our nominees are Oasis, did their massive international reunion tour. Metallica did their multi-night tour in major markets all around the country.
You put Ryan down for that one.
Shine Down, multiple hit songs, touring, side projects, all that stuff was going on. So they are nominees. And the final one, Ozzy Osbourne, the farewell concert, song with Billy Morrison. Of course, he passed, and but there was a lot of activity around Ozzy, even leading up to his death beforehand, with the reunion tour and all that.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So let's see who you want to vote for. All right, just go to PrestonandSteve.com and click on one of those. Oasis, Linkin Park. Did I say Linkin Park?
I think you may have skipped it.
I skipped it. I'm sorry. Oasis, then Linkin Park, then Metallica, Shine Down, and Ozzy Osbourne. Linkin Park had the new band lineup, adding the new singer to the group. They had a new album and a tour.
And we like her.
And we like her a lot. So let's find out what you like. All right, it's the last category. So tomorrow morning we'll find out who the winners are of Breakout Rock Artist of the Year, Rock Song of the Year, Rock Tour of the Year, and now Rock Artist of the Year. So go to PrestonandSteve.com. Pull up the link, click, done. That's it. We just want to find out, so we'll award those tomorrow morning. While all that's been going on, I have been noticing things like crazy around here.
Oh, my God, the noticer, even during a snowstorm, even during a frost, has time to notice so you don't have to. It's cold out there. You can't be noticing, but he does.
I do it for you.
He does it all for you.
All right,
Ladies and gentlemen, the noticer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right.
Preston Elliott assumes the role.
All right, I got it.
All right.
So, heated rivalry. has unexpectedly sent fans flocking to search for hockey-themed adult content.
Oh, wow.
With interest skyrocketing since the show's late November debut.
I accidentally did it last night. I put the P instead of an F, and I was looking for a. Again, it came up as
instead of
puck.
a puck. I gotcha. So, according to Pornhub, searches related to hockey surged by several 100%, with women driving much of the spike and outpacing male viewers by a wide margin.
So, what do you think? Okay. You're going to do a porn search on a sport. You want a theme.
Ooh,
You're going
okay.
to do the multitude of available themes and fetishes and whatever's available on Pornhub. A friend tells me. What sport would you go for?
Curling.
Curling.
Yeah.
Cheese curling.
Cheese curling. I don't know. Like that, it would never cross my mind to put that in as a search parameter.
So I don't
for
find
porn.
I don't find sports in and of itself sexy or step off. But if you were to go to an obvious volleyball, beach volleyball,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about
You know,
gymnastics?
Gymnastics,
Okay,
perhaps.
I
Yeah.
right.
didn't consider this, Marissa.
I'm just
The
thinking.
dildo vault.
Hang on, Marissa.
Rollerblading.
Rollerblading.
there you
Oh, of
go.
course.
Oh, we know.
Her husband is a former professional rollerblader.
Yeah, the
That's
hockey
not
thing,
fair.
Hockey doesn't make sense. I mean, there's just too much equipment to take off.
Well, and what these girls don't know is how stinky the equipment
Oh
is.
my
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, they have no idea.
The smelliest sport in the world is hockey by far. Ryan?
A friend of mine had discovered before wrestling would probably be
Yes.
one that would be included in that because that leads to other things. And,
Yeah.
and my
You mean-
friend tells me.
You're in the positions for it, yeah. And it's quite possible that your head is down by someone's crotch.
The starting position of wrestling, when they're not standing, when they're down, and whatever that is, it's almost doggy style as
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
that little,
anal's
like-
going to happen.
What do they call that? Anybody know that starting position?
The howdy do.
The howdy do. All right, everybody down in the howdy do. No, there's one guy down on his hands and knees. The other guy comes around and gently cups his hand underneath.
yeah. I like
and
you.
Arm around, grabbing the ankle, or I'm not the ankle, the elbow. It's called the neutral is the standing position, and then the referee's position is what it's called. One wrestler starts on hands and knees. The other one on top positions himself to the side with the other hand on the opponent's elbow and the other around the waist. So,
I remember.
Yeah.
I enjoyed wrestling. I was actually good at it, but the same guy who was the coach for the football team in high school,
Yeah.
who was my social studies teacher, who I hated, was also the wrestling coach.
it's the one sport I wish I would have
Yeah.
Right.
taken on when I was younger, because in gym class in junior high, we did it, and I was like, this was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I love the mechanics. I love the being down and grappling that way.
And I think had I started early, I might have been okay at it. I don't know. And
I
then
don't
by
know,
the time
man.
I got older and I started training in Krav Maga and we started doing jiu-jitsu, like I couldn't do it at all. I sucked at it. I was
Yeah.
terrible. I'm not flexible enough.
you were meant for fencing.
Yeah.
That's
right.
my game.
By the way, that coach was Mr. Krychak, right? Was that the guy's name? All right.
Diamato.
Oh, D'Amato. All right. So my son wrestled when he was in third grade.
Okay.
It is a rough sport.
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
a rough sport, especially at that age. You're essentially saying, "Hey, go fight that kid over there."
Yeah.
And
Yank
so,
him out of that wheelchair.
And I'm not saying it was my son, but when I was watching these kids at this age wrestle, there was a lot of tears, a lot of crying.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really, really rough to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, I did it for 2 years in high school because I started in my younger years. I did a lot of martial arts, and when I got to high school, it's like, oh, that'd be a natural transition. It was totally different. I like the physical aspect of it. I enjoyed it a lot. So
Yeah.
wrestling's
And you
pretty
ended up
awesome.
making a lot of love.
tons.
With Seamus and his peers, is there still like cutting weight and like spitting and
at
not
that age,
eating?
no,
Sure,
not
at third
not at
grade.
that age. No, not until I think when you get into like a high school
Okay.
where they actually have weight classes. At that age, it was more like you would wrestle at your age and at your experience, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ryan, did you ever have to, was weight ever an issue?
Yeah, my coach wanted me to go a weight class below, and I told him, like, hey, pal, my family owns a restaurant. There's no way in hell. I'm surrounded by food all the time, so I bulked up a little bit. And I wrestled.
Shuttleworth, I want you down to 11 pounds.
You know what's funny about wrestling is, Caleb and I are way into Stranger Things, and I'm like, I go, Matthew Modine, Papa. I'm like, he was in this wrestling movie, and I showed clips of
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest, and Caleb was like, That's the same guy. He was in amazing.
They got him in great shape. I remember
It's a good movie.
The
too.
scene of him, under the pipes to sweat, right?
Yeah.
He had that whole thing where he's trying to cut weight.
Yeah, he would wear the rubber clothing and stuff and all that. But anyway, hockey, in terms of porn, has taken a huge surge because of heated rivalry.
Marissa, can I ask you a question? Because I know that a lot of guys out there like girl-on-girl stuff, and some girls out there that aren't gay like watching girl-on-girl stuff. Does the guy-on-guy thing do anything for you?
I mean, like me personally, I just enjoy like watching the show and the story of it.
But I'm talking about the sex part. Porn. Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. Yeah,
So,
but I'm not.
does
like,
it
turned
melt your
off.
butter?
I'm not turned off by it, but I appreciate it.
I'll comment on that, Casey, because this is the only experience I have with it. One time I was just beginning my radio career, and somehow or another ended up over at someone's house where a bachelorette party was taking place. I don't know how I ended up, me and one other guy ended up being there.
Lucky.
And they were watching straight up gay man porn.
Really?
And they were getting a total kick out of it.
Okay.
And so we're like, what's that on TV? So I don't know if it was melting their butter, or if they were doing it
Just
as
for fun.
kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know?
Sometimes it's informative.
Okay,
Kind of
sure.
like, oh, that?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try that.
I could see that.
Yeah, this girl hockey thing has been kind of building up over the past years, too. There's a whole trend on social media where girls go to a hockey game and they say, I'm at the boy aquarium.
Oh.
When you think about it, because of the
Behind the
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
We talked about this years ago. We were talking about what sport tends to draw. I think there was some, maybe Maxim did it years ago, the most attractive female spectators.
Yep.
And I think hockey.
No, baseball.
You think baseball?
I think baseball.
I thought, and that I think, at least hockey was a contender. I remember
Yeah.
we talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually watch a few Instagram accounts that I follow that are based on women's hockey, like hockey teams.
Yeah.
And there was one I sent to, like, Nick is a diehard hockey fan, so I sent it to him. This woman doing this unbelievable move on ice. There's some really talented female hockey players.
Have you
out
seen,
there.
like, she's from Canada, but she is like mega model quality. She's a goalie, and she's really good.
No.
But she's, Marissa, you can do a search.
I haven't been following hot hockey players. I've just been following good hockey players.
This somehow ended up in,
Okay. Is her name Michaela something or the other?
That's it.
Those can't be real.
Those
My
are real.
God.
Those boobs are real.
They're massive is what they are. Wow, that's crazy. Is that the one you're talking about, Steve?
That's the one.
Wow. Okay.
Her entire account is just her modeling photos and not a single hockey.
Nothing about hockey.
Believe it or not, that's eclipsed her hockey career.
Oh, wait, no, she's holding skis. Okay.
Okay.
We got
so
one.
it's a winter sport.
Yes.
And there she's holding a goalie stick. All right, anyhow, there you go. So things are surging in the world of hockey. And notice something else, too.
The noticer keeps noticing.
Let's go. All right, I saw this article the other day, and I'm sorry, I noticed this article the other day.
Yeah, damn right.
Zero Bounce, an email validation and deliverability platform, combed through more than 1 million real work emails to find the most overused cliches in work emails. And about 1 in 50 emails included a buzzword, and roughly 22 of every 1,000 emails contain one of the top cliches. So I have those here for you. Here are and we'll go from 10 to 1. Circle back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, circle back.
That's the first one I
means
thought
I'm
of.
not going to get to it.
Yeah.
It means you didn't respond to me.
E-meet. I don't hear e-meet.
Oh, it's like when if you're not meeting in person, you're meeting over email.
Like a Zoom or something?
No. It's kind of like if you're introducing two people via email, like you're getting copied on the email.
Gotcha.
Hey, you guys are e-meeting.
Okay. Hope all is well. I use that one a lot.
It's something.
Number 7 is hope this email finds you well.
That's a little bit more formal.
Number 6 is hope you're doing well. I use that one a lot.
Hope you're out in hell.
Number 5 is please advise.
Yeah.
4 is aligned. All variations. I don't understand why you would use aligned.
Well, are we aligned on our mission?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Number 3 is check in. I use that one from time to time.
Hot girl check-in.
Just checking in. Hot girl check-in. Number 2 is follow-up.
Yep.
And number 1, and I do use this a lot, reaching out.
Yeah, I don't use that.
Nearly 3,000 emails began with some version of hope, like hope you are doing well, hope this finds you well, or hope all is well. And almost a quarter of employees now use AI to help write emails.
To write these more formal things. And it's terrible. It's a terrible thing with me. My eyes roll white at the classic email. And a lot of times I just wait for other people to tell me who've read the emails what it's about.
Really?
And it's a character flaw. I freely admit it.
Okay.
But it's I'm really bad at that.
Oddly, I'm very happy that See Below is not on that list because that one always really pisses me off.
That does?
Yeah, especially when it's something that's like really long in a chain and you have to read through it.
Oh,
just recap it. What do you need from me? Why are you forwarding this to me? Unless it's just like one small email.
I hear what you're saying. The thing that has always been the bane of my existence, and you can turn it on or you can turn it off, but a lot of email programs default to it. It puts you into the chain of emails.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, well, which one, what? And then now you have to CSI the exact email you're looking for.
You know what I can't read are some of these sites like Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you go into these chains.
Yes.
And I can't follow it.
Where's the original question?
I don't know where.
Who are you?
Yeah. What are you doing in my room?
Get out of my house.
I can't stand it. And it's part of the reason why I bailed on Twitter too. There are some that I'm like, I don't know where this conversation is, where it started. I just, it's too much work for me. Yeah.
Who's Ferd Dickelson?
Ferd? Come on, man. Jump off.
Just always reply all.
Always reply.
Always reply.
Yeah.
But if it is a company-wide email, BCC everybody so that you can't reply all.
Casey, what was the thing you did?
Oh, I accidentally sent calendar invites, multiple calendar invites to the entire company. I'm not talking about Beasley, Philadelphia. I'm talking about Beasley,
entire
United States.
Nationwide.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I'd sent it to the entire company. And these are, I would say maybe a dozen calendar invites.
Yeah.
And then I retracted all of them. And so the company then got
all the
retractions as well. It's so funny because, there were a couple of people in like Vegas or whatever who were getting pissed off. And it's like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Just freaking delete it. It's, you know what I mean? I'm not asking you to dig 1,000 ditches over here.
You're not having to answer the door and sign for it.
It was a mistake and just freaking delete it or ignore it. Why am I getting these? Shut up.
At the time, your email signature was your license.
It was my license plate photo. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
That's perfect.
Good stuff.
All right, let me notice something else for you here. We have officially entered the era of testing for common sexually transmitted diseases in the comfort of your own home.
I do it all the time.
Last year, the FDA approved the first ever home kit that can test for gonorrhea, chlamydia, and trichomoniasis, 3 common infections for women. At the end of the year, the FDA also approved 2 different drugs to treat gonorrhea, by the way, which are now the first new options for treatment to hit the market in decades.
So you know what I do? When I've been sitting on the couch for a while, I get up and I smell the cushion. And I think that's a good determinating factor.
Yeah.
That smells like gonorrhea.
Kind of like a vinegary type of,
Preston, smell this.
Sure.
No, that's syphilis, bro.
Wait, hang on. Hand that back. Yeah, syphilis.
Nothing.
Nothing. So it's all positive news, especially when you consider
Yukon chlamydia.
Oh, yes.
Nothing.
Yukon chlamydia. That's perfect. So it's all positive news, especially when you consider the spike in STIs prior to and during the pandemic. And by the way, the pandemic was part of the reason why this was developed, because of in-home testing with the COVID tests.
Or
like we learned how to do it.
And Cologuard, like the crap in the box, piss in the box.
Yeah. Piss in the box.
Whack in the box.
Was that called Cologuard?
Cologuard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's at home
colon cancer testing.
So fecal matter testing or stool samples.
Piss
Crap
in a box.
Yeah.
Whack in a box.
So if you need to do this, you can now pick this up. I don't know how readily available they are and how
Excuse
expensive
me,
it
where
is.
are your gonorrhea tests?
Yes.
The home kits.
Man.
I don't want any. Do we have any of those gonorrhea home kits?
Yep. That's what it's going to be like. So, but apparently, STIs had a spike prior to and during the pandemic as well. I'm not sure where that is now.
Do you want to know where a lot of those diseases are rearing their ugly heads? In the senior citizens.
Yeah. That happened with, once there was a correlation with Viagra. That came along, and you started seeing a rise because there was a rise. And people were able to do it again, and they weren't worried about, at that age, I don't care. Yeah. All right, so that's a quickie. Let me find something else here you might find interesting. I noticed this one yesterday. A class action lawsuit was filed yesterday in California, and it alleges that adult creator platform OnlyFans engages in bait and switch practices that mislead customers. The platform offers monthly subscriptions providing full access to creators' content, when in reality, most content is locked behind further paywalls. See, I didn't know that. I thought once you paid, you get everything they have.
I thought it was very much like a, what is the other format? Anyway, I'm having a brain fart, but you subscribe, like you would like a Substack or something like that, and then you are a subscriber to that content, and you get billed every month. But you're saying that's not the only step. You may be charged for additional content.
So when OnlyFans customers click subscribe to a creator's paid subscription, they're met with a pop-up promising full access to this user's content. Yeah, so you've already subscribed, and then it offers you full access.
I'd be furious.
I would be too.
I came here for dongs, and now you're telling me I got to do more?
And direct message with this user, along with being able to cancel at any time. For free subscriptions, the page simply refreshes when a fan clicks subscribe. So the complaint claims that millions of fans have bought subscriptions only to discover that behind OnlyFans paywalls, creators' exclusive content remains inaccessible. Rather, many creators only post teasers for content not included with the subscription.
So you've essentially subscribed to the teasers.
Yeah, asking for subsequent payments to view. The suit also alleges that the sole benefit of many subscriptions is the privilege of being spammed with offers to buy access to content that OnlyFans initially promised. In essence, OnlyFans promises a buffet, but provides only a menu, according to the complaint. That's what they said.
I got fed up. I canceled out of Dwarf Orgy last night.
Oh, you did?
I am not getting the content I want.
Right.
Specifically, this suit, with over 100 class members, alleges that OnlyFans violated the California Consumer Protection Law, the Consumers Legal Remedies Act, which prohibits deceptive tactics like false advertising, and Section 5 of the Federal Trade Commission Act, a similar statute.
Have you ever done, so none of us, I assume, subscribe to an OnlyFans account.
No, I don't even know what it looks like. I am curious.
Or a Patreon. Have you ever even done a Patreon account?
I don't even know what Patreon is.
It's more like a direct to consumer way of subscribing online to content.
Okay.
So a lot of people who offer content will say, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get more of this content. So it's a way to monetize additional stuff.
I dabbled into it just because there are people that we knew or know that were doing stuff on OnlyFans, and I was like, oh, I wonder what they're doing on there. But then you had to like pay for things, and I was like, I'm not going to pay for these things.
It's very similar to the online, and we would talk about it as gamers, and like you buy a game, and then to do this you got to buy this, and then to do this you got to buy this extra package, and then there's the enhancement packs and upgrades. It's like it becomes they nickel and dime you to death, and you're just there to spank it.
No, what we need to ask is Sarah Clayton, didn't she have a
yes
OnlyFans? And
she was marketing it very well. Her and her husband were turning out a lot of content, and they were getting a lot of endorsement stuff with swinger resorts.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, is can someone like that give you free access to their account too?
That's a good question.
I don't know if that's even possible or not. Because I'd like free access to Sarah Clayton's OnlyFans.
That'd be nice.
You're doing research.
I am. I want to know what the OnlyFans experience is all about. So maybe, Sarah, if we play her song.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she'll call up and she will allow us to access that and
give us a second.
And maybe be able to see what the whole experience is. Yeah.
Sarah, we want access to your account. Sarah.
So, Sarah Clayton, if you're listening, we'd like to access your account.
I'm not surprised to hear this.
Yep. All right. So, by the way, the plaintiff, Los Angeles resident David Gardner, says that he paid to subscribe to 2 OnlyFans creators and found he found that only he saw non-explicit teaser content.
And I'm mad as hell, buddy.
And also received mass direct messaging soliciting further purchases.
If someone wants to yank a guy's crank, I say let him.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
The complaint states that Gardner would like to subscribe to different creators in the future, but cannot rely on OnlyFans representations in choosing whether to do so.
Imagine the balls to get up in front of like a court and say, I'm not getting the kind of, I was looking for hairy asses and, and I did not get that.
I know.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, if you're paying for it and you don't mind that people know that you're paying for it.
I can see my neighbor's fence is a foot over. And what's your issue? Well, I subscribe to her hairy ass account, and all of those asses are shorn.
Yep. All right, another thing that I noticed this morning I'd like to share with you is the fact that Southwest Airlines is officially ending 2 signature policies that have long set the carrier apart from its competitors. They announced this a while back, but the controversial policies announced last year will raise ticket prices for plus-size passengers and also the airline's decades-old open seating arrangement. So it starts, I think, today. Southwest first announced in July that it would end its open seating policy partly to boost revenue, of course, and in response to what it describes as passengers' growing preference for purchasing premium seating options.
There have been people who are, for whatever reason, you might end up being, morbidly obese or super huge, whatever the story is.
Yeah.
A lot of the issue that they would have is that they should be entitled to get a second seat, and they go back and forth with the airlines. So this is sort of addressing that.
Yeah, so they used to for the customer size, travelers who cannot fit in between the armrest must purchase 2 tickets in advance, the company stated on its website. Customers who encroach upon the neighboring seats should proactively purchase a needed number of seats prior to travel to ensure the additional seat is available. The move marks a stark departure from the previous policies that many plus-size travelers relied on for flexible accommodations. Under the prior rules, passengers could proactively purchase an additional seat, then receive a refund for the second ticket later or request a free extra seat at the airport if room allowed for it.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so if it wasn't a sold out flight, you could get your money back.
You could get your money back.
Yeah.
I think they're missing out on something, and I would suggest commercial airlines take heed. On each wing, 3 oversized seat pods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where, there's an environmental control to each of the pods.
Right.
But someone who wanted the extra space could sit on the wing.
Okay. It's going to be a little windy, but...
No, it'd be enclosed.
Oh, enclosed.
Yeah, it would look like basically eggs.
Gotcha.
But weighted.
Have you considered the aerodynamic proproperties of this?
The drag.
Yeah.
You're thinking,
It
did come to mind.
Best seats on the plane, though.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Great view.
Yeah. I'm hoping that someday, speaking of that, Steve, on aircraft, and I know they're working with the technology, like the Sphere in Vegas, where it's all video walls around the plane, and that they can make it transparent.
Wouldn't that be wild?
And you can see
feel like
outside.
Wonder Woman.
It would be amazing. Now, not for everybody. I think it's going to terrify a bunch of people.
And now we're going to go with transparent. Hope you enjoy the...
I mean, all right, they could do it this way, Press. I think maybe you could purchase or rent glasses that would then be able to project, so it would be on the individual basis. And
like VR glasses that can that could feed in, so that you don't have the whole.
Yeah.
But that what Preston's talking about is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like you basically feel like you're Wonder Woman in the invisible jet.
Yes,
I love it.
But you're also right. Some people would not.
Imagine trying to get up and walk. Or people who have vertigo.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they keep the floor, but still, that would mess with you big time. Passengers must now purchase an additional seat during booking to guarantee space and qualify for a refund only if their chosen fare class is not full. In addition, the flyer needs to request the refund within 90 days of the flight. If a passenger does not pre-reserve an extra seat and is determined to need one, the airline will provide a complimentary additional seat only if space is available. If the flight is full, the passenger will be rebooked on another flight with available seating, by the way.
I was flying next to a guy one time. I felt so bad for him. And he was just a big guy, just a super big guy. And he was trying to get that belt to close and ask for the belt extender.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I get it. And they keep, in some cases, they keep shrinking the seats, and you're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. But I will miss the open seating on Southwest. I kind of liked it. And listen, I'm a person who's specific about where I like to sit. But one thing you could do on Southwest is you could pay extra to be ahead in the line for the seat choosing. So you get a pretty good shot at getting the seat you want.
What about the wing pods? What's the seating protocol?
I'm still waiting to hear back on the wing pods.
I think it just took too long. Like those last people the people that came at the end and still thought that they were going to get an aisle seat and kept looking and walking around, and then the rest of the team was like, you just grab a seat.
Yeah.
You just got to sit down. You're not going to sit together.
You're in the middle.
Maybe what you do is every seat technically is an aisle seat. You separate them that far apart.
Yeah. All right, one more. Uno mas. And let's see, how about we go with this story about Valentine's Day. So DoorDash analyzed 2025 data on millions of Valentine's Day orders. They found that February 14th was the number one day of the year for premium restaurant orders. And everybody knows how hard it is to get a restaurant reservation on Valentine's Day. So lots of people recreate the 5-star experience at home, with restaurant orders of lobsters up 160%, steak up 90%, and oysters up 100%. Oysters are supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
So
you know what else is supposed to be? Conch?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Conch.
I didn't know that.
It's supposed to be, it's my understanding that it is on a, it's like Kong Kong. No, it's roadkill. That's how Nell gets horny.
Kong.
With roadkill?
Roadkill.
Throw some possum and her clothes are coming right off. Yeah. So some home chefs prefer to do it yourself with their dinner, as grocery orders for luxury ingredients like lobster increased 510% on Valentine's Day. So that's from the store, as opposed to a restaurant order is up 160% for lobster.
Do you know what's is interesting is that, and I see it now because salmon is my main protein, but the amount of places that will swap in a like a substitute that's not salmon, or try to get by with. You remember they'll do this occasionally. I supposedly had a salmon salad delivered to my house. It was not salmon. It was clearly not salmon.
Really?
I don't know what the hell it was, but it was not salmon.
Oh, it was a different.
I'm not going to name the restaurant that it came from. It was different
delivered.
fish. Yeah.
I've heard some stories from restaurants and to work with these delivery services. I mean, it's great because it offers them an opportunity to do delivery, to get people to pick it up without having to employ a driver. But they have to supply their menu specifically to the restaurant. They have to change their prices. Sometimes you don't want to have your favorite dishes on there because they don't travel well.
So it's a lower priority, and they're going to put the jungfish in that.
I have no idea why there was a substitution, but maybe they were just out of it.
It's bunker,
and there's no way to really talk to you.
Yeah.
Steve, how is your carp?
The carp is great. I got a bunker bone caught in my tooth.
You know what? Here, separate conversation.
Sea robin tastes great.
Separate conversation, but maybe for another time. But you know what industry I find gives you the bait and switch regularly?
What?
This is from my own personal experience. Is the florist world. You see the picture on the website.
Yep.
You specifically want those types of flowers, and you order it, and it doesn't look like the picture.
This is a flounder.
Yeah. How did
I ordered lilies.
But it happens
This is a flounder
regularly.
on a stick.
The person I mainly order flowers for is for my mom. And most of the time when I hear back from my sister, it's like, nope, those weren't hydrangeas. And I'm like,
yeah.
Seriously? It's what but if you look closely on the website, it will say
maybe substituted with fish.
With fish.
Are you ordering directly from the florist, or are you doing a third-party service?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why should we know?
Even if you pull up sometimes a specific florist, it's still through 1-800-Flowers or whatever. They
get you.
I gave up on it.
They F you at the
I'm just like,
drive-thru.
whatever. They F you in the drive-thru. I'm like, I'll just order these, blah, 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 we'll see. All right, so anyhow, this whole side conversation. So carts, back to Instacart or DoorDash. Carts were also filled with mood-setting treats like chocolate. Those orders up 260%, as you might imagine. Rosé champagne up 190%, and Prosecco up 120%. Valentine's Day is also the single biggest day of the year for condom orders on DoorDash. They spiked 100% than average on an average day.
Over the course of the many years that we've been married, it's also our anniversary. We do take Valentine's Day, it has import to it, but it's not, Claire's birthday is right around the corner too. And so it's just it's an out to dinner.
A few years ago, Rochelle and I started going, what no.
Yeah.
Listen, why is this a special day? Not even that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That gets it done.
And I get to say happy anniversary too.
But
and a quick con.
I can understand. It depends on where you are in your relationship and also your age and time together. That I'm not saying it's not important.
Yeah,
it is, but it's kind of fizzled a little bit on our.
Yeah, I think after a while.
Yeah. All right. Anyhow, that's all I have time to notice stuff. So we're gonna wrap up the noticer segment right now. We will take a break and come back in a moment. We'll get to some bizarre file stories. And then shortly after that, we are going to have director Ric Roman Waugh joining us for the film Shelter, which is a Jason Statham film. So stay put. We'll be back in a moment or two.
Let me ask him quickly. James, your favorite It's Always Sunny episode of all time.
Wow. See, I got hooked early on, probably like late season 2, 3.
Right.
So I have an affinity for those. Season 4 is some of my just absolute favorite. Mac and Charlie as manhunters. And when they hunt Cricket down for that entire episode is one of my favorites.
Okay.
I'd probably go somewhere around that range, at least that time, manhunters.
All right, good choices. And you, Alex?
I think same thing. Those seasons 4, 5, and 6 were probably the best. But my favorite, I think, is probably Charlie Catches a Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
That one's a later one, but
There's so many to choose from. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know
Fantastic stuff.
You guys love the
Family Feud.
The Family Feud
It's just
episode.
so good.
It's so great. When D buzzes in for the first time,
Knocks it off
Smashes
the
the
podium. It's the best.
And then you later learn that Charlie was one of the survey members coming up with the answer. It was great.
All right. Well, thank you guys again. We appreciate it. Yes, go ahead, James.
I just genuinely, I just want to thank you guys. This is a literal dream of mine. Always Sunny. This was fun. I came into this yeah, cool. They get to meet the gang. Alex, literally have the time of your life. Thankfully, I have tickets for the Sunday show. So, it would, best case scenario. I said it prior to us going there. Literally hearing your guys' voice through this feed right now live is unreal and surreal to me right now, and to be standing here talking to you.
That's very kind.
This enough is beyond a dream and a life experience. So thank you guys.
Now I don't feel so bad that you lost. Thank you, James.
Me neither.
You are
It's
the
great.
best.
Alex, you say something nice now.
I'm not gonna be able to top that. I do podcasts with you guys all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome being here.
Excellent. Well, give us when you go, and we want to hear about the experience and how you
Yes.
get a good time you had.
Will do.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you so
Thank you guys,
much,
Alex and James. Always Sunny, the battle of the
Battle of the Self-Proclaimed Experts.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be
Brought to you in Dolby Vision.
We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. In a little while.
Yeah,
So I'm curious how that was. But at first, I wanted to get into this. I wanted to mention this article that I saw about people in the service industry, in fact, more specifically, women in the service industry. And apparently, this was floating around on TikTok, like pretty much
Everything
is.
floats around on TikTok these days.
But it was a bit of a social experiment to find out if sporting pigtails at work would earn more tips from male patrons.
Okay.
And
I can
so,
guess.
from servers to dancers, those who have participated in the experiment shared their experiences on TikTok. And they say that their tips have increased since they've been using the hairstyle at work. Overwhelmingly, everyone.
Wow.
had
I
seen
can see
an
that
increase.
coming. Yeah, for some reason. And what do they
like
conjecture
cutesy.
as to what's that?
It's cutesy.
Yeah, I think it's got to be it, right?
Well,
Or would a ponytail do the same?
No.
No, pigtails.
Pigtails.
So a server who's among these sharing the results said, unfortunately, women are going to be fetishized in different ways by what they look like. If changing my hair up is going to affect that in a positive way, then it's something I'm going to give a shot to, they said. So, yeah. So, apparently, the pigtails experiment first appeared on TikTok after a server named Grace posted that she made more tips when she wore pigtails to work in a video. And she doesn't describe it as an experiment in the video, but points out how wearing her hair that way led to more tips. She said, when you wear pigtails to work, you make double the amount of tips as usual.
Double?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear pigtails. It'd be hard, obviously. I'd have to pull my flesh out.
We could glue some on to you, maybe, something
I look
like
a
that.
rabbi.
But it led me to thinking about what people in the service industry might do to actively try and get more tips, and that would be changing something, whether it be their appearance or whatever it may be.
Did you ever you ever have a job where you had tips?
Just pizza delivery.
I never did. Never in my entire life.
That was the only thing that I ever did.
Did you have long hair then?
Yeah.
Did you put your hair in pigtails?
No, I didn't put it in pigtails.
You didn't think of it.
Ponytail, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be the same, right, with a guy? Like a man bun?
No,
Definitely
if
not.
A guy
please.
with pigtails.
Yeah.
I was the coat check. That was the only job I had that was tips.
Did you ever put your hair in pigtails to get it?
No,
Could you put your hair in pigtails now?
Yeah, I could put.
Oh,
my hair in
okay,
pigtails. Yeah. No, I just got they were there for a nice dinner, nice wine, and the majority of them would be a little tipsy when they were coming to get their coats, and so just toss the bills.
I have seen Marissa wear pigtails on a couple of occasions. It's really cute, I think. But I've never seen you
No,
do
I
it
would
before,
never.
Kathy. Why not?
It's just not me. It's not me. I would could you really see me as cutesy? Come on.
No.
But I would like
can you
to
hold your hair out though? Just
I need to see that sometime. What that would look like. So, dude, it would be super cute.
Yeah. You know what? I also don't really have the hair for pigtails.
You need
either.
long enough?
Just like a little more volume. for
Right.
pigtails.
No.
Yeah.
Like Jason Momoa.
My pigtails came after I got these Joseph Anthony extensions.
That's what
you
you
have
were.
more hair, you can do it.
Okay.
Cute flat brim hat, perfect summer hair do.
Chewing bubble gum.
But listen, whatever, anything, I would imagine that if you work for, and tips are a part of the equation, that, do whatever you got to
All
do.
bets are off,
to try and get, and listen, if there's anybody listening, 215-263-WMMR, that you would like to share your tip for getting tips. But I would imagine, like cleavage would be a part of that too, don't you think?
Sometimes when I'm dancing for a guy in the champagne room, I'll put my knee on his nutsack.
Ooh.
And I get tips.
On it?
Yeah.
Like skin to skin?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but pigtails is a way to be cutesy and maybe get an extra tip and not have to throw your boobs out there for it. You know what I mean? That's a little more obvious.
Yeah. Yep, I know what you're saying. Absolutely.
I would imagine, yes, anything. If you're going to work the system and you're there and everything's predicated on that. Yeah, you would do that. I can't think of an equivalent that a guy would do though. I mean,
No, this is mainly for women. Getting men to tip more.
What about men getting men to tip?
Men getting men to tip more? I don't know.
Look, my hair's in pigtails.
I guess you could. I don't know. Honestly, not. It would be more banter, like talking sports,
Sure.
and getting into their world, or you know what I mean.
Right.
I mean, listen. If you're a savvy person that works for tips, you try to get some ideas of what that person is you're serving, what their personality is like, and catering to that, and saying some things that might connect you to them, and therefore they may want to, help out and tip.
Right.
But I've never been pizza delivery person, there's only so much you can do. You show up, you give them your pizza, and they make a split-second decision on whether they're going to tip you at that point. So I never really had to work it. Whereas at a table, if you're working tables or you're a bartender or something like that, you're spending a little bit more time with people.
There's no way to pad when you're dropping off a pizza.
No. And
excuse
also,
me, sir, your eyes are piercing.
When you're waiting, there is it's so funny to hear this from me, the guy who doesn't know when to shut up. But there is a fine line between, being engaging and
overly chatty.
It's like because they're not there to hang out with you.
Yeah, sometimes I've seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people start to blow their tips just by overworking the table.
Yep. Let me go to Deb. Hey, Deb. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Deb?
So many years ago, I used to bartend at Chi-Chi's in Cherry Hill. It was right around the time that the movie Cocktail came out.
Right.
Okay.
And I used to do crazy like blender tender things, like by putting straws in the blender and pouring it in the glass. And I also got into doing like little mini magic tricks
That's
at
cool.
the bar.
That's smart.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like little coin tricks and like tricks getting things into glasses and that sort of thing. But I used to love it, and it really helped out. I got a big following from that.
So what would you say percentage-wise? How much did your tips increase when you started doing magic tricks?
Probably like 50%.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I would do it to people that were kind of just there by themselves, just like kind of barfly type of people.
Right.
And, so they would come back to the bar regularly and had a great rapport that way. It was a blast. That was a great job during college. It was really wonderful.
Let me ask you, Deb, did you get hit on a fair amount as a female bartender?
Yeah, back in the day when I was single, for sure. But
Yeah. No, it's just, I think that's probably one of the, it's something you got to put up with, right?
yes, yeah, it was very. But I flirted back too. I mean, you kind of had. I mean, I just was very friendly and smiling. And
Right. Well, it's a means to an end.
Yeah.
You said, Preston,
exactly.
when you
Thanks,
delivered
Deb.
pizzas, you would flirt with the people, right? A little bit?
Of course,
Yeah.
a little bit to try and get something going on, but
Want to go for a walk?
Yeah. Didn't work. It didn't work. I'm going to go to Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, It. What's up?
So my sister is a server down in Disney World. Family friendly, and she did the pigtails experiment at her job.
And
so she's a waitress at Disney World. She serves in Magic Kingdom and at one of the resorts, and she did pigtails, and she tried to see if she got more tips. She ended up getting more tips because of the pigtails. Now
Wow.
in Disney World.
So, any guess percentage-wise how much it increased?
She didn't tell me how much, but she did show me some of the cash that she got in a Snapchat of that night.
Wow.
I mean, in Disney World, she does get pretty good tips just because everybody is on vacation.
Right.
Also the prices, but she also has fun pens that have Mickey heads on it. The other thing is, and it's very strange, she's done this as well. She's engaged, but she doesn't wear her engagement ring while she's on shift.
Yeah. Listen, that makes sense. You're looking to pad it a little bit. You're working, and that's. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, why not?
She's been down there for about 7 years, and I don't foresee her ever coming back. I'm fine with it. That's it's my in at Disney.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
Thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate it. There's some
50%.
A lot of people do the opposite with the engagement ring thing, and they wear a fake one so that people will keep from bothering them, from hitting on them.
That's another thing. Do you know anybody ever used to do that?
Tip oriented. That's more leave me alone. Don't bother me.
I knew a female bartender who had a whole bunch of fake wedding rings. Yeah. And would wear those.
Yep, I believe it. Absolutely. Let me go to Laura. Hey, Laura, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. What's up, Laura?
All right. So without fail, I was not into the objectifying hairstyle, but if you add a smiley face, just a smiley face, you'll make 20% extra without fail. Now, the other thing I would do is if I knew it was after church, I would always say, God bless you. I'm Jewish.
That's a great idea. Now that's thinking about it. So you got the church crowd coming in, and you hit them with a God bless you, and
Always.
boom.
And it always works.
Wow. That's smart. That's a smart thing, and you're not. You're not being duplicitous. It's a little thing.
And the smiley
no, I mean,
face
that's coming from the heart, right?
Yeah.
The smiley face though, for that works for me. I like that.
Yeah. I
love
I'm
it.
like, oh, they're friendly.
I do too.
Yeah, as long as I said thank you and put a smiley face. Like if you just wrote thank you, they don't see it. But something about the smiley face and always right by the total. I'm telling you. And it was like a game between me and my coworkers. Like, all right, I bet you. Go ahead, do that with that table. I bet you. And sure enough, they'd be like, oh my God, it worked.
Yes, I think it's just a pleasant thing to do. When I see, listen, I tip
Thanks,
pretty well
Laura.
to begin with, but I think that's a nice little flourish. The thing is, it has to be on at that part of the transaction before they're paying. Obviously afterwards it won't make any difference when you return with like a credit card or whatever. I love that idea. Just simply a smiley face or God bless if it's after church.
What if you're like a police officer and at the bottom of the ticket you added a little smiley face right there?
Yeah, I
Make
think
you
that'd be
feel a little
great.
bit
Yeah,
better?
yeah. Especially if you're doing a lethal injection at a prison,
Right.
Yeah, and you do a little nose boop.
It's those little things.
Boop.
That's terrible.
I was really not looking forward to being dead, but that was fun. I like that.
All right.
You can put me out.
Let me go to Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Good morning.
Chicken pot pie.
All right, Andrew. Thanks for singing to us. What's up, man?
Hey, so first off, I actually served you and your family back at Melting Pot way back in the day.
Wow. Which one did you work at?
The Warrington one.
Sure.
I still remember that Rochelle has a sensitivity to cilantro.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Good memory.
Yeah, I think this man owes a tip, Preston.
Hopefully we tipped him well that night.
Oh, it was great.
3 WMMR.
All right, let's get to the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Worldwide Stereo. You can transform your home theater into the ultimate game day experience with an epic TV or home theater upgrade from Worldwide Stereo with 0% financing. WorldwideStereo.com/football, turning dens into super boxes since 1979. 10 people were wounded after piranhas surged into a popular bathing spot in a river on Sunday.
Man.
The marauding fish took swimmers in Brazil's Paraguaçu River in the northeast state of Bahia by surprise, leaving most of the victims with injuries to their feet and ankles. Historically, attacks there have been rare, leading authorities in the municipality of Iacu to close stretches of river, erect signs warning people of the danger, and launch a study to better understand what happened. A nearby food and drink stand said in a statement, "When the first incidents involving attacks on bathers started occurring, we assisted them and directed them to the nearest health center. We also informed all the customers who were under parasols that we had hired on or in the water about the dangers of the remaining in the river."
I saw a documentary about the piranha, and the guy was walking in water. They were all around him. If they're not in feeding mode, they're really not going to pose a danger.
Oh. Yeah. He said, "We closed up early due to what happened. The piranha attack. Let's shut down."
Yeah. Should we close down, Ed?
It added that it would be withholding some of the services until there is further clarity on what is causing the attacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, once the piranha leave, we're going to let you back in the water.
All right, in Canada, a man is alleged to have assaulted a horse or horses at a farm overnight on Friday, January 23rd. Abigail Equestrian, a professional training facility, released surveillance images of the suspect on social media in hopes of identifying him. Eric Van Meenen, the owner, said, "Last night he was in with my horses in the middle of the night and assaulted some of my horses."
Assaulted meaning what?
And she have confirmed that it was a sexual assault.
Having sex with a horse.
Yep. The individual fled from the property prior to officers arriving. Police dog service team and officers conducted an extensive search of the area, but weren't able to locate the suspect. Investigators reviewed security video from the property to determine what the man was doing on the rural property.
I imagine that requires a step stool.
I would think so. The footage revealed a criminal offense, unless you're doing it missionary.
Yeah. But try to find a horse that's willing to do that.
The footage revealed a criminal offense had occurred with an enclosed animal pen on the property.
It's 269.
Yeah, or maybe they prefer, cowgirl. A social media post related to this incident has received significant public attention and has resulted in a large volume of information being provided to police. Investigators actively reviewed this information and a suspect has been identified. The investigation remains ongoing.
You were great last night, Wilbur. Why?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I do not know.
It's wrong.
A 77-pound cougar is set off a scramble Tuesday as it was wandering through San Francisco's wealthy Pacific Heights neighborhood before finally being captured as onlookers safely peered from their home windows or stood across the street. Dozens of officials worked to capture and tranquilize the cat after warnings were issued advising people to slowly back away if they encountered it.
They say it got caught in a human poop pile.
The wild cat was first seen Monday morning. Roxanne Blank was being dropped off outside of her home around 3 a.m. Monday when she saw a big cat nonchalantly walking down the streets and going up to her apartment stoop. About a half a mile from where the animal was caught on Tuesday. She said, I thought it was a dog at first, but then I saw the tail and I realized that's not a dog. And then it tripped my light sensor and I saw its face and I was like, oh my God, that's a mountain lion. She said she calmly pulled out her phone and began recording as the mountain lion locked eyes with her for over 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, she said, we're just staring at each other. But I felt really calm, and I felt like maybe
you've had a lot of Botox.
She said, I felt like maybe the mountain lion was calm, and I just stood there in awe of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. A few minutes later, the wild cat began walking down the stairs and took off running when Blank's dog started barking from inside her apartment. She then called 911. The mountain lion was found on Tuesday hiding in a garden between 2 apartment buildings. Authorities shot the feline with tranquilizers 3 times to make sure that it was completely unconscious. They covered his eyes and bound its paws just to make sure that it wasn't going to run anywhere. Veterinarians with the San Francisco Zoo then examined the cat before it was placed in a cage. Will undergo further testing to ensure it's healthy and then released back into the wild. The 2-year-old male cougar was tagged and last spotted in Saratoga, about 50 miles south of San Francisco. Cougars, mountain lions, panthers, and pumas are all the same cat species, the puma concolor. Concolor. Mountain lion sightings are rare in San Francisco, where coyotes abound, actually.
I mean, that 77 pounds, that's about the size of my dog.
That's a but they have, they're built for
pretty
strength
gnarly.
and speed, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A Florida man was arrested for DUI after witnesses saw him driving a car that was on fire down a highway. Deputies say 60-year-old Patrick Rinaldi stopped his smoking vehicle.
Your car's on fire.
On US 192 in Brevard County, then got back behind the wheel and drove off with his wife inside, even as flames took over the car.
Yeah, I know the car's on fire.
The vehicle was burning enough to even spark a brush fire along the road as he drove past. Deputies say Rinaldi smelled of alcohol, slurred his words, and had bloodshot eyes.
I see the wife sitting in the passenger. The car's on fire, you idiot.
A liquor bottle was found on the car's floorboard, by the way. And you know what? We'll wrap up the bizarre.
Yeah,
that's all we have time for, because we do have a guest coming up. In just a moment, we're going to talk to director Ric Roman Waugh. He is the man behind the film Shelter, and it stars Jason Statham. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back in a second. We'll spend some time chatting with him. Stay with us.
Barbecue 2026, Saturday, May 9th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion, featuring Godsmack, Alice Cooper, The Hooters, Everclear, plus Des Rocks, Cami Kehoe, Lilac, our local shots opener, The Circus Hearts, and the Preston and Steve side stage with live band karaoke with Sidearm. It's always an all-day party, so don't miss out. Early bird tickets start at just $35 to sit your ass in the grass. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com from 93.3 WMMR. Everything that rocks.
So I bartend, and my biggest tip is I put on the fakest personality that I can ever put on. Whenever I go to greet somebody, I just turn it on, and I get complimented for it all the time, because I'll go over and say, "Hi there, everyone. How are we doing today?" and just be so excited that they're there. And then as soon as I walk away, just go back to like, oh my God, what a miserable day.
Normal Andrew.
Whenever I'm at a table, I'm the happiest person that I could be.
Andrew, I would say there's sort of an unspoken understanding between customer and server that, okay, even if you're putting this on, I'm enjoying this, because having someone who is a sourpuss and just frowning and down, it sucks. So if you're going to go the extra mile to sell it, even if you don't feel it, that's still cool. They're not demanding authenticity, but they just enjoy that you're kind of working it a bit, correct?
Absolutely. If I can make them enjoy their 30 minutes with me by putting on a super fake ass and a big smile just to get, over a 20% tip, then great by me, and I hope you had a great time.
So what's your degree of success with this?
Averaging over 20% tip for putting on a big smile in front of everybody.
That's worth it.
And it makes it worth it. Yeah.
So worth it.
Thanks, Andrew. You still at Melting Pot?
No, they closed. No. I'm at a bar in North Wales now.
All right. Well, enjoy, sir.
Are there any melting pots?
Yeah, there definitely are.
There used to be one in Chestnut Hill that they closed, and
yeah, there's one at King of Prussia. We went there not that long ago, actually. Here's a text says, as a male server, you got to sweet talk the old ladies to get at least a 10% tip.
Oh my God, that's a classic. My wife worked in a place that was kind of the family place to go on Thanksgiving and Christmas and the family dinners and so on and so forth. In Preston, what would happen is they'd hand the bill over to grandpa or grandma and they'd pull out, remember those old tip calculators? So you just knew that you were going to get nothing.
By the way, here's another text says, whenever my coworker wears stockings, older men heavily tip her, and we do not work off at tips at all. We work there an ophthalmologist.
No. Are you kidding? You're tipping there? Wow.
And then she goes on to say, also, I wear a fake wedding ring because it makes men flirt more and increases my sales. So
it works the other way.
It makes them flirt more. Interesting. By the way, so yeah, as far as tips go, like right now, the you've done a good job tip is 20%, right?
Yeah.
And that was 15% a few years ago. Do you guys see it being notched up to 25?
I think cost of living, right?
What's that?
With the cost of everything going up, right? A lot of people are tipping more generously.
No, I don't think so because the prices are going up, right?
Yeah.
So I used to get the sandwich in down the shore in the beginning of the summer. That sandwich was $17. Now it's $19. So I don't have to tip anymore because I don't have to tip any more percentage-wise because the price is already going up. So 20% is where it stays.
Okay. I'm just curious as to if you guys foresee it like notching up in a few years.
I mean, it is when you get the bill, like places that calculate it for you, 25 is an option on there.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Oh.
But I'm saying the accepted, the standard accepted. Like if you tip less than 20%, it's considered okay. You didn't do that good of a job.
Right. Okay.
We've all been guilted into 20%, by the way.
I know.
It used to be 15%.
Totally. That's what I was saying. It used to be 15%.
But I was a server, and if I didn't get 20%, I was like, oh man.
I was a server at a restaurant in the mall and King of Prussia Mall, and it was a place that used to be called
Rock Bottom.
Brew Moon, and then that became Rock Bottom. Yeah, so when I worked there, Casey, was Brew Moon, and it was a great restaurant. I really liked working there. And then Rock Bottom was a good restaurant as well. But people generally tipped less because they'd been shopping in the mall. And so it was not a great place to be a server because people would come in and they would have spent a lot of money while shopping, and then they felt like they were going to cheap out a little bit at the meal.
That sucks.
Yeah, it did suck. Yeah.
So location, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The only other time I was a server was this place called Murphy's Old Irish Pub, which is still in Alexandria. It's on King Street, and that was a great job. And Steve, we would have regulars there almost daily, and people would come in for lunch, and then Friday and Saturday nights people would come in, and you get to know the customers, and once you get to know them and there's a rapport, you usually get tipped pretty well as a result.
You also appreciate a customer understands that means everything. The tip means a lot.
Yeah, and you knew which guys wanted coffee as soon as they got there, and when you get to know your regulars, it's a cool experience.
No, love it.
Let me go to Mike next. Hey, Mike. Good morning.
I have 3 testicles.
Pretty close to sounding like Gary there.
Wrong.
Nice, Mike. All right, what's up, bud?
I was working at a pizza shop years ago, and a guy would bring his daughter in, and he would dress up as Santa Claus, and she would dress up as an
elf.
As an elf.
Yeah.
So smart. I took my daughter and did the same thing, and we made bank.
That's a good idea.
Delivering pizza around the holidays dressed as Santa Claus. Man, that's a smart move.
That's a great idea.
Santa, getting a present from Santa.
Yeah. Ooh, solid. All right.
Owing to your impression, dress like Gary Lauer.
Well, then could you do it for other holidays? For, around Easter, you had the Easter Bunny or around
Halloween?
Veterans Day, dress as a veteran?
Or
No, that'd be wrong.
Probably not do that. That's
Just
stolen
false
valor.
valor,
Yeah. Or you could do, but for the 4th of July, you could be like Uncle Sam or something like that.
Sure.
I do have a cousin that used to deliver at the same pizza shop I have, and he used to wear these crazy hats. He was a DJ, a party DJ, and he would wear these crazy hats, and he would make ridiculous amounts.
Good idea.
For Hanukkah, you could dress as Jackie Mason, Preston.
Something that kind of stands out. I like that. All right, thanks, Mike.
By the way, we did a welfare check on Gary Lauer, and we never heard from him.
We never heard back.
Yeah.
You're right. We did that the other day. So, Gary Lauer, if you're listening, we just want to find out if you're okay.
Doesn't sound it.
Call us and let us know.
I had 3 testicles.
I'm going to go. Here's another interesting one. A good idea if you deliver. I'm going to go to Steve. Hi, Steve. Good morning.
Good morning. You bitches keep bothering me at work.
Well, that's what bitches do. What's up, man?
Yeah. So I deliver in Lansdale. And one is they usually give about 45 minutes to an hour to deliver, as you guys know. If I'm coming close to that, I will call the customer and let them know that I'm on my way. That's one thing that, does work. Another thing I would do is I would wear Philly shirts and Eagle shirts. That also helps.
Oh, that's nice. So support the
wearing sports shirts,
teams.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, especially during the games and Sundays. I mean, I'll bank like $200 during the games and Sundays.
Now, if you pull up and there's like a Pittsburgh flag in the window, do you?
Do you keep a bunch of jerseys in your car?
Go Steelers.
That's a good idea too, man. If you see some indicators, a license plate frame, or something like
bench
that,
day, yeah.
You switch real quick. That's pretty smart, and it would be worth the investment.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Steve.
There's a great Ben Stiller from the Ben Stiller show. There was they had a study of this guy. It's supposed to be a documentary, and he sells life insurance. This was the whole premise to people who are deadheads on tour following the dead.
All right.
And so he's dressed up. He goes, man, you got to understand, it's all going to come down at some point. And then you see him going back to his car and across the street is a concert for The Cure. And he's putting on the lipstick and he's doing the whole thing and walking across. It was great.
I love that. I wonder if I would. I kind of enjoyed being a pizza delivery guy.
You want to do it again?
I wonder if how enjoyable that would be.
We should deliver pizza to people for one night. Make that. Yeah,
we should
all of
deliver
us in a van.
Lorenzo's. We could get a semi tractor trailer and load up with Lorenzo's and take those around.
One pizza.
Yeah.
What was the name of the pizza place that you worked at?
Emos.
You worked at
you were at Emos, dude.
I didn't know you worked Emos.
Absolutely.
Do you remember the address?
No, but I know it was on Olive Boulevard. I could tell you exactly where it was.
Did you point Casey in the direction?
I did point Casey in that direction.
Because Casey will be in your home area. That's part of the deal.
Yep.
Is it IMO or EMO?
IMO. But there's tons of locations all over the place. So.
Conveniently located?
To me, I had an apartment right across the street from there. But it was I wasn't living in the apartment at the
There's
time.
only one on Olive Boulevard.
Really?
In University City?
No.
No, that's not it.
No.
Those guys are losers.
Anyway, that's a completely different part of town.
Those are almost.
You got to look in Chesterfield.
Chesterfield.
That's emus, EMU.
Hang on a second. I want to go to Chris. Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, bitches.
What's up, bitch?
I don't have much of a voice left from the Shinedown concert last night.
Oh. Glad you had a good time.
Oh, they're amazing. All of them are awesome.
Nice.
But I was pregnant with all of my kids when I waitressed. And
all at once?
Well, all at once, all 3 at once. No, 3 different times.
Okay. So you got more tips when you were pregnant?
I got more tips when I was pregnant. You would start to even arch your back, do a little waddle, when you're bringing things out.
Playing on the sympathy.
Exactly. You work it. You carry pictures of your babies inside your little folder that you're going to write down their menu, what their order was.
Right.
A quick question. When you were done having children, did you ever one evening consider stuffing a pillow under your...
Well, after all the kids, I actually didn't go back to waitressing, but I don't think I would be above that.
No,
Actually,
it works.
now I think about that. Thank you, Chris, by the way. If you're a place that doesn't have like regulars all the time, you could put on like a fake cast or some kind of little fake injury.
Well, what's the thing that we've heard that they'll do? It's okay. I'm working on my birthday, but it's still okay. They'll mention that it's their birthday.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that a thing? Is that a go-to?
You could easily do that. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. All right, Casey, I got a call on line one here.
Good.
Yep, I don't know what kind of setup we need for this, but apparently he's on the line, and I guess he's okay. It's Gary Lauer, ladies and gentlemen. Gary?
What's up, Preston? All right! How's my family? How's everybody doing, man?
He's alive. We're good. We're doing all right. We just haven't heard from you in a long time.
You know what? Absence makes the heart go fonder. That's my mom said.
Wow, that's actually right. That's correct.
How you doing, Cap? How you doing, sweetheart? How you
Good.
doing, sweet tea?
Good. How are you, Gary?
3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. Our next guest is the director of a new film with Jason Statham that is going to be in theaters tomorrow, but he's also the director of movies like Angel Has Fallen, the Greenland series, and his the world of stunts has been his life for a big portion of his professional career, and we would like to welcome him to our program. Please welcome director Ric Roman Waugh to the show. And by the way, the movie is Shelter. I didn't even mention it at the top. Shelter opens tomorrow with Jason Statham. Thanks for joining us this morning, Rick.
Oh, man, thanks for having me on.
Hey, I wanted to ask if you and Jason, with your years in the working in stunts, if you and Jason had any type of relationship before Shelter, before this project came along.
Zero. I think I worked on one movie as a stuntman when I think he did the movie The One with Jet Li. But, when you're doing stunts, you go in and you crash and burn and you leave the set and go on to the next thing. So we never had any encounters with each other until this movie when he called me to direct this.
I'm a big fan of your movies, and as we've talked about Greenland and thought this, we both said, have you seen this movie when it came out? And it struck us that it had an emotional core to it. And then doing some research on you and your films, you'll take the action film, you'll take the what some people might consider tropes, and you will find like a heart and a purpose to it. And you've done a movie I thought was really good, Snitch, I think an underrated film, and a movie called Felon, which is a terrific movie. So that seems to be your style. You like playing on this playground, but you're trying to hold it up and look at it at a different angle. Would that be fair to say that?
Yeah, your pitch is better than my own.
I just love that kind of. I love this kind of movie. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Scott was my mentor, and coming up through the action world, I always loved movies that had a great emotional thrust to them. So you cared about what was going on and you were gripped in it. And my mantra is, a lot of people ask me what it was like to do stunts. So I know what they meant. They want to know what it felt like. What was the rush? What was the fear? So I'm trying to do action in a way where you're immersed in it and you feel like you're in an IMAX ride. But the only way to do that is to do it with great emotion and have great character journey. And I think this movie Shelter is Jason Statham at his finest, because you get the big action star, but you also get reminded of what an amazing actor he is. And you get this great centered story of two souls trying to find family with one another. Think Man on Fire, think The Professional.
Yeah.
Go back to one of my favorite movies, Shane. The anti-hero coming into town.
Yeah,
that's great.
Rick, it's interesting. The same thing I found, with the Greenland, the first movie, because Gerard Butler had a chance to expand a little bit and show his emotional chops in that film, and I remember Steve and I talking to each other was like. I guess the anticipation was, okay, it's a meteor movie and, blah, 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 this and that. And we kind of looked at each other like, hey, did you see that Greenland movie? Dude, that was good. And so do you appreciate a reaction like that where it was kind of like, it's this subject, but then people see it and they're like, oh, wait a minute, that was really good.
Yeah, the irony is that your reaction is my reaction when they send me the script and they go, it's a meteor movie. You're like, Jesus, I don't want to do this. Right. And then you read it and you go, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This has a different center to it. And it was the same thing with this movie Shelter. The minute Jason called me and talked about how passionate he was, and I'm like, wow, this is got that kind of slightly off center where I can do something more original. give you something a little bit different, but not rob you of the big action ride that you're wanting to take.
What I love also is the conceit, and it works for me every time. There are certain things that just get me. The guy who has the past, the secretive past, and he's that has meant that he cannot have the things that we have, a family or whatever. And in the progression of a story, he sort of gets, he has someone to protect. So give us the synopsis here before I do your job here, but just a little quick view into what the movie is, because this is right up my alley.
Yeah, it's unravels a story in classic storytelling, the way like Man on Fire really allowed you to embrace two characters and to really understand who they were. And you meet this guy that's living this mysterious life in an abandoned lighthouse, and he saves a young girl that is bringing him supplies with her uncle, and was going to quickly figure out that she's actually probably there to save him. And there are these two characters that are stuck in exile. And that's a big thing for me, how we can all put ourselves in our own form of exile, whether it's loss or tragedy or a pandemic, right? And they find family in one another, and very much like the movies that we're talking about. And unfortunately, we find out that he is a wanted man, and the other theme that I loved about this movie is where we're at in the world today with justice, right? What is justice? Where is everybody's moral compass now? What is right or wrong? Where's your line in the sand? And he's a guy that was sent out for the greater good, to defend us, until he realized, maybe I'm not out there for the greater good. Maybe I'm out there for somebody else's agenda. And he took a stand, and it cost him. And now he's got to harbor this young girl and shelter her, and make sure that the dark cloud following him doesn't endanger her. And I love movies like that. I love that moral conflict.
That's a thread that runs through a lot of your films. Redemption, the character who seemingly has no way back to his humanity. And you talk about the disconnect of the pandemic, and losing that interaction with people is a very important thing. And I agree with you. Statham is an underrated actor. And you know what it was surprising in the movie Spy, that he was good comedically and enjoying it. What's it like on the set with him? We see him as this intense guy. Was it a bromance?
Yeah, because he's a family man like me.
Right.
He's super authentic in his real life. He's a great father, great husband. His parents are on set all the time. And I love that. I love that he's really centered and grounded. He's in incredible shape because he's a real fighter. He's a real martial artist. And that's why his action is so good. And he's super committed. I've been known to be a juggernaut on set. Well, I met my match, and that's what's great is you're constantly trying to raise the bar. And somebody's showing up who's your dance partner that's going to give it 1,000% every day. So I'm all in with him. He's a super great guy.
Speaking of Jason being a father, then I would imagine he kind of took on a nice role with the actress Bodhi Ray Brednock, who plays Jesse, and they're attached at the hip through this film. Did you see a little familial thing happening between those two?
Almost too much sometimes, where you're trying to remind them that you don't like each other that much yet. You're trying to get to know each other. And it was the chemistry with Bodhi and Jason was undeniable. We looked at 500 girls, and I saw this one freckled girl in her tape and just really thought something was special about her, and brought her in. And when they chemistry tested together, we knew it. And my job was just to get the hell out of the way and let them dance.
I love the fact that you're coming from the stunt angle. You go back. I mean, you did stunts for like Roadhouse and Lethal Weapon 2, and a lot of movies, and we're going to talk about that. We're not going to let that get away. But you have an appreciation for film and practical stuff. And in an age where the CGI a lot of people just blanch it, and it's like, okay, enough. They aren't doing this. You want to feel that Jason Statham's character is really at risk. You want to see the physical stunts. It's got to be a blessing and a curse. I mean, because it means you have to go to locations and you got to do it. But I mean, your sense of commitment, is it sort of a pain in the ass sometimes that you want to be that on the money? If you know what I'm saying.
I do, because I think that, it's a very demanding notion, but I like that we're on the other side of the bell curve where we did it for real, back in the day, and then visual effects came around, and the pioneers like James Cameron still did it for real, but he used visual effects to enhance. then I feel like everybody got lazy and they just started letting the visual effects do it all, and it all looked fake. It's just exactly what you said, and I hated it. And we're finally getting back on the other side of it where, you've got the godfather of action, Tom Cruise, going out and doing his own things when he could easily do it in CG, but he's not. And I love that we're doing our action for real. And that's a task, right? It's one, because you want everybody to go home at the end of the day, unscathed.
Yeah.
And so when you're doing things for real, like for example, it's not only Jason Statham rescue swimming a young girl in those stormy waters, but that's a 13-year-old kid playing unconscious that's doing it as well in that same environment. And so you have to take safety factor when you want to do it live action, but I think the payoff is worth it.
Does a lot of that battle come with the movie studio saying, "Man, this is you can't do this"? How much of a fight is that for you?
My job is to convince them that we know what we're doing.
Okay.
There's unfortunately, like every sector of the world, but the movie business has obviously taken some big hits lately, and it's been tragic with, for me, just people being reckless and being beyond reckless, I guess is the word, of just with people's lives. And we're not. Like, I hire top professionals around me. I'm smart enough to bring all the biggest rock stars I possibly can. And then we can raise the bar, but do it safely where everybody's going home at night. Not just the people in front of camera, but everybody filming it as well.
All right, Rick. So Steve obviously mentioned your stunt career, and he rattled off a few titles, and there's some impressive stuff in here, like The Crow. Love that movie.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder. You mentioned Tom Cruise. So from that point of your career, that part of your career, what moment in one of those movies would we know you? Because the stunt guys are usually they're either playing a double or there's some character that just gets blown away. Was there any one, like, I was that guy moment in your career?
Yeah. You'd maybe see the back of me. I never really liked playing myself on camera, but stunt people do that. They play parts, a lot of times. But it's me crashing into Tom Cruise, in Days of Thunder, doing stuff at 200 miles an hour. I was driving Carrie Elway's car, the bad guy's car.
Awesome.
And hanging off tow trucks in Lethal Weapon 2, playing Mel Gibson. And, so there's always, that's that unsung hero, the great Fall Guy song. It's very much about that. But what it did is it gave me a seat at the table, man. I was there on set watching how the soup was made. And it allowed me to have that war chest of knowledge that when I wanted to become my own storyteller, I knew how to get it. I knew how to achieve it on set.
Your father was in the film industry as well?
He was one of the kind of pioneers. He was in the circus, and his first movie was Burt Lancaster's Circus Boy.
I know it. Yeah.
Before stunt people were even in Screen Actors Guild, right? They were day players. They were background people. And next thing you know, I'm like born and I'm on the set of McHugh with John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and all of these people, but I didn't really know who they were. Who I admired was the guys crashing and burning and doing the stuff. They were my heroes. And it was always about trying to bring that point of view, that adrenaline rush that we went through, to try to give it to you. So when you go to the theater, you feel like you're immersed in the action. You're not just watching action for the sake of action where your eyes glaze over, but you feel like you're participating in it.
Prior to your first credit as a stunt performer, were you like an extreme athlete or anything along those lines? Like, what sort of training did you have prior to that first credit?
I was a racer. I raced cars and motorcycles, but really I was more of the classically trained stuntman at a very, very early age, because I was already doing stuff as a kid, where you're trained by your peers. And it's one of those it's a real kind of blue collar trade, where you go through apprenticeship and learning it and carrying people's stunt gear, on set to see how they're doing things, and then practicing on the weekend. So I had more of a classical training. Nowadays you see like the gymnast coming in, the cowboy coming in, the racer, there's all kinds of different special skill sets. But I came up through kind of the school of hard knocks, where you brought a stunt bag and you were able to do everything. Anything that they threw at you, you were able to do that day.
Like a Hal Needham type.
Well, you just said the Godfather to all of us, who was one of my greatest inspirations ever. And the last time I saw Hal Needham was at my father's memorial, and gave him a big hug, and how much he didn't want to go to anybody's funerals, because this was how we dealt with our own mortality. And God rest his soul, he died a year later.
Wow.
And But that generation of Hal Needham, he was the founder of Stunts Unlimited that my father was a part of, and that I grew up with all these greats. And that era is something I've always wanted to write a book about, because it's just, those stories are going away. They're vanishing, and they're pretty remarkable.
Back to Shelter for a moment. Jason Statham is obviously a draw and a great, title name to have. But another guy that is in the film that will draw me into watching a movie is Bill Nye. I just love him. He's so fantastic. He's seems to be playing the villain in this particular film, which you normally don't see him in that character. Tell us a little bit about working with Bill Nye, if you would.
He and I want to do a big action movie together.
If you could make him the protagonist,
He's such a pro. He's such a pro. The very first day, we did the end scene of the movie first, where he and Jason, square off inside this safe house. And I remember the first take, Jason came around the corner. He goes, "My God, he could say anything in the world and it would sound awesome." And he's just that guy.
Yes.
And it was to have Bill and Naomi Aki and Harriet Walter and just so many great talented people around. This was a really fun experience. But it led where you see a guy at Bill's age in his body of work that he could phone it in. And no, he's 100% down every day to give it everything he's got.
Well, there are those passages, again, to laud your work, because they are filled with those moments. In Greenland, there's a scene where Butler and Marina Baccarin are in the front seat, and he's gone outside the marriage is in trouble, and they have this exchange that you would not see normally in a movie like that. Is from the stunts to being able to do that, and I know you bring your abilities as a screenwriter into it as well. Is that particularly energizing for you?
It is, because you get to. I hope I'm never known because I did this great stunt in a movie and people are watching that stunt. What I want them to do is to feel like they escape for 2 hours and they're in an emotional journey and following a story that carries great action with it. And that's what I always loved about Greenland. Greenland was the inside out about two people, which I loved in the script, that they weren't happy. They weren't perfectly shiny and everything was good. And all of a sudden, oh my God, the world fell apart. But they're like us. They're going through real stuff at home, real conflict.
There's a great scene in The Road Warrior. I mean, and this is the kind of stuff I love, the stuff of movie lore and legend. At the end, where Mel Gibson, the Road Warrior, is standing on the highway, and he knows he's been used as a dupe, but he tried to do the right thing. I mean, I like choke up thinking about that kind of hero. And that seems to be what drives you in the pursuit of, because you have to care about the people doing the action in the action movies, or to me it's hollow. It's bland.
I love flawed individuals. I love the flawed heroes. I grew up on the set of the Met movies and the different movies like Bridge on the River Kwai. Oh my God, what have I done?
Yes.
Where your hero has suddenly realized the moral flaw that they have done, and dealing with real trauma and vulnerability. And because then we're relatable to them. When our heroes, like the comic book world, are 10 feet tall and bulletproof and impervious to pain, they're not us. We're not associate with them. So I really believe that we don't live in a black and white world. That's pretty evident. We're very gray, and I like gray characters because we get to live vicariously through them. It's ordinary people under extraordinary circumstances. And then when there's only a fork in the road, you can go left or right and there's no reverse. We hit those same decisions. And I want to see my characters. One of my movies that that a lot of people talk about is Shot Caller, where it's about how violence breeds violence. If you had to do real prison time, could you be violent to survive a violent microcosm? And then what price would you pay morally? And then also, what would happen to your psyche? So I love all these type of movies that have those type of thematic questions to them.
Yeah, Shot Caller actually kind of gave me a little bit of like anxiety, because this is just a regular guy. He gets the DUI, and then he ends up in prison, and the S hits the fan like pretty much early on, and that's like a big time fear of mine, is that I'm gonna have to go to prison for some reason.
We used to say that Shot Caller should have been sponsored by Uber.
That'd be a good tie-in.
I want to ask about Greenland, because I too thoroughly enjoyed the movie. But when I watch a movie like that, I have to see impact, right? And so you as a director, I feel like you have to, you feel obligated to show an impact of a meteor or a comet or whatever. And so the first one, in the beginning of the movie was great, and then you have something at the end of the movie as well. So like what does that obligation feel like to you as the creator of the movie?
Yeah, I'm not making documentaries, right? I'm making commercial films that I want you to pay for, or I'm asking you to pay for, and go sit in a theater for 2 hours. And I don't want to rob you of what you're going to see. For example, the original script of Greenland, there was only one comet coming at the end. And I was like, well, now you're waiting an hour and 45 minutes for a comet to hit. And then we started doing research and found out, no, they actually break up in the in space and start becoming hundreds and hundreds and thousands of fragments. I'm like, well, there you go. Now it's a belt of fragments coming. So now the monster can hit you at any given time. So you're on the edge of your seat, but then you get to play with the notion of that, what about man versus man, right? And the irony is that we made Greenland before anybody even knew what COVID was. And then suddenly COVID hit and we're like, oh my God, who's going to see a disaster movie in the middle of a disaster?
Yeah.
And especially when so much was unfolding for real. And it became this global hit, and it was, I think it's because we related to it and we get to escape into something else that we're not living, but we also have relatable qualities to it that we go, yeah, this is what people do to each other, or this is when people are selfless and they help one another.
Well, your films have such a good look to them, and obviously Shelter, it appears to be a lot of location shooting. Did you, in fact, go to an island of sorts?
Oh, yeah.
Where was that?
Yeah, I get bored and fall asleep on a soundstage, so I'm always looking for the real locations. And we built the lighthouse because where the derelict ones are in the Scottish Isles, you would never be able to film there. They're so remote. So we built a full-scale set on the cliffs in Ireland, south of Dublin, in an area called Wicklow.
Wow.
So sometimes you got to bring it, to where you can service 500 people and people can do work safely. But that's real inclement weather. You're dealing with the elements. You're not in a soundstage where if it rains or snows or the winds go to 90 miles an hour, you're dealing with it.
It's got to help the performance. It's got to. I don't care
100%.
What kind of actor wouldn't benefit from being there and experiencing that.
Yeah, I remember doing stunts, and I did the movie Hook, and we were on a soundstage the entire time on that boat. And there was, 3/4 of the day I was asleep in the corner. I was like, I never want to do this as a director. I want to be out on location doing it for for example, Last of the Mohicans. We were out in the middle of Asheville, North Carolina, and they built an entire fort out in the woods. And we were firing real stuff out there and real explosions and real dirt, and it was cold. No, actually, it was hotter than hell. That's why it was the middle of the summer, wearing wool and everything else.
Yeah.
But then you're living it. You're living and breathing it, and you feel like you're a part of something that's alive versus fake that's sitting on a soundstage and you hear the bell ring.
Yeah.
And Rick, completely unrelated to your film career, you're joining us via Zoom, and you're either moving in or moving out of where you are because you have bookshelves that are completely empty behind you.
I read or what?
What's going on there?
I just moved. So
Okay.
you're right. We lived in Austin, Texas for over 15 years, and we just moved to the lovely place of Savannah, Georgia.
Oh.
And there would be some boxes over here and some boxes over here that haven't made that yet. But
Well, can you share what your vision is for your bookshelf?
yeah, it's probably going to stay like this for about 6 months.
Yeah, right.
That's what it means.
College dorm room decor. I love it.
Here, look, I'll put one decorative thing.
There
up.
you go.
Thank you. We need some kind of conversation.
That's
piece
a
up
lovely collection of shrapnel.
there of sorts.
Exactly.
So the movie opens tomorrow. Shelter opens tomorrow. Are you already on to the next project? Because you're in the promotion phase of this, and you send your baby out into the world and see what happens. But are you? Do you have the irons in the fire for something else right now?
We do. I'm circling 3 different projects. There are always Rubik's Cubes that come together, where everybody lines up at the same time and the scheduling and so forth. One is a true story that I'm really excited about that's very current event. And Jason and I are really wanting to go again. We had a great experience together and felt like our collaboration can be taken up even a further level now that we've, learned each other and have more to contribute. And right now I'm just enjoying that people really seem to be responding to Shelter. Wherever we've shown it, people are really digging it. And, I hope you escape the cold this weekend and go sit in the theater with some popcorn and have a great time. It's a kick-ass ride, and it's got real heart to it. And you're going to see a different side of Jason Statham than you've seen in a long time.
You have a proven track record of a number of films that really speak to us. And we really, just to tell you that we appreciate the extra effort you put into it, because I hate when these things suck and yours don't.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to this.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I wish I was there with you guys. Amtrak said no.
You say that, but you don't really want to be here, dude. It's cold.
It's cold. It's
nasty,
frozen.
and
Yeah.
I'm sure Savannah's much nicer. So, well, good luck with everything, Rick, and I'm sure we'll talk to you down the road a bit, okay?
Man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Anytime. Let's hear it for Ric Roman Waugh, guys, on the Preston and Steve show this morning. The new
cool
movie,
guy.
Shelter, Jason Statham, comes out tomorrow. Looks really cool. I've only seen the trailer, but I will, from time to time, it kind of is cathartic for me to go and watch on YouTube Jason Statham beating up bullies.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just type in a phrase like that. And I just love those moments where they don't know who they're messing with.
Right.
These guys, they're bullying somebody or whatever it is. And Jason says, I don't think so. I don't think you know who I am. You don't know, do you? Have you ever heard Godfrey's impression of him?
It's excellent. It is
awesome, man.
No.
It's
Jason
the best.
Statham. Yeah. We had him on, and all my car choices have been based on movies.
Yeah.
And, and so he's the transporter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the dude is, listen, it's like all pizzas can be good at some level, and some's better than his action stuff really resonates with me.
He doesn't seem to age.
He does not.
Either.
No,
I
no.
forgot. What was he in? What was the movies where the all the assassins are getting older, like Stallone's in it? And,
Red?
Red, or is he? Excuse me. Was he in that?
The Expendables.
The Expendables.
He's in that. He's actually in one of the lesser ones. He's in a couple that are good, but the last one where I don't think Megan Fox was in that one, and he's good, but yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, the movie's out tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, and the Rotten Tomatoes score is pretty decent, man.
Yeah,
so
excellent.
yeah, and that's just like without the pop-o-meter.
Yeah.
Go see it or rip your nuts off. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in just a moment. Don't forget the WMMAMmies. The voting is up and running, and today we're looking for the Rock Artist of the Year. And you can go to PrestonandSteve.com. Click on the WMMAMmies link, and then click on the band you want to be the winner for or artist for 2025-2026, and we will reveal those winners tomorrow. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You guys, I miss you terribly. I would really like to win Bill Weston's seats, man. He would love that.
Oh, my God.
He would.
Yes, he
Oh,
would.
my God, I would be in a suite. Oh, my God, we'd have so much fun, man.
So Gary, what's been up?
I don't care if it was Manilow.
What have you been up to?
Barry Manilow.
Oh.
No, I said I don't care if it was Manilow. Just to be in Bill Weston's suite would just blow my mind.
It's not a suite.
I don't think these are sweet. It's just their tickets.
But I don't care. Give me a ticket. I'll have one for Bill.
You'll have one for
You
Bill.
remember
I'll have a cold beer for Bill.
Gary for one day worked for Bill. He was Bill's assistant.
We got to do it again. We have to do it again. An encore performance.
Bill loved that.
How's your summer been, Gary?
Everything's good in the hood here, man. I'm just dodging bullets, man. You know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, literally, Harry.
Literally,
yeah.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible, bro.
Gary, where are you working these days?
What's that, bud?
Where are you working these days?
I'm not.
Oh,
not at all, huh?
Cool.
I'm not right now. I'm having a hard time walking with my right leg.
What happened?
I don't know. My doctor's a quack. He took blood, like 8 tubes of blood. I don't know. He's a quack.
And then drank it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He told me.
Tubes of blood.
I don't know, man. He's a quack. I need to see another doctor.
He said I need 8 tubes of blood. Gary, you got to get that looked at by somebody who's really, a solid doctor.
Yeah, Mike. This guy should retire. He needs to see a doctor. This guy. He's like 80 years old. Don't they have to retire at a certain age, doctor?
I think it's probably wise when you lose the ability to walk or have vision or.
Well,
that's on my to do this right now. I got to get myself back together, and then I'm job hunting.
Do me a favor. Describe what's wrong with your leg.
You know what a Charlie horse is, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no sooner I walk from here to 7-Eleven down the street, get my beer, and I can't even walk back. I have this Charlie horse. It just goes all the way up my leg.
Yeah. Sounds like
it's
sciatica.
Very, very painful. And I mean, muscle relaxers. I would love to have one of them. But
No, you don't want that. No, it doesn't go well with your beer.
Yeah.
Well, I drink that every day.
Yeah, doctor's orders.
Exactly.
How are you doing, Nick? And how's your son doing? Ben?
Yeah, doing great. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
No, you're a good guy. Everybody's there is a good guy. Casey's a great father, great dad. Preston, you're a great dad, a great father.
Ah,
well,
so
thank you.
nice.
Thank you, Gary.
Steve Morrison, Shotgun Steve Morrison, you're an excellent husband and a great dad to them dogs and cats. Folks.
Thank you. Am I Shotgun?
Yeah, you're Shotgun.
I was
So
Shotgun Steve
bad.
Morrison.
That's why I said Shotgun Steve
It's
Morrison.
been so long, I forgot my name.
Who's the oil can?
Me.
Oh, that's
Casey.
Oil Can Foster.
Oil can Foster.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Remember Foster came in the oil can?
And I'm just.
Foster oil cans we used to drink.
Oh, that's what that's.
How are you doing, Case? How's your family, bud?
Everybody's good, man. Yeah, I was just worried about you. You didn't check in last week, so we got a little bit of
In a
concern.
while, man. I only call Pierre Robert once in a while, and I wish him a good day and tell him I love him, and it's cake.
So what kind of job are you looking for?
I want to
Gary?
work. I want to work back in the kitchen again. I can run a kitchen and morning manage. It's what I do, man.
Okay, so you've worked the breakfast shift at a restaurant.
I like to open up in the morning so I get everything ready for lunch and and prep and get it all ready for dinner, and I'm out. I do a hard 8 hours or I leave. I worked 8. I'm a ball player. I come to work for 8 innings, man. I go in there and knock it out, man.
All right. Well, listen. If anyone,
all 8 innings.
You can help me up, man.
Well, you get one off for good behavior.
I have a great resume. I have a good resume, man. If you want to help me up, get a kitchen job, working in the kitchen.
Well, you got to fix your leg. Make sure you're drinking enough water, Gary.
She's right. Kathy's right.
I drink plenty of water, plenty of milk, plenty of bananas. I'm doing all of them.
You drink a lot of bananas?
Well, I eat bananas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Well, let me tell you something. Just get yourself. Listen, we know that you'll work a solid 8 if you can get your deal. You're looking for like the breakfast shift at a restaurant or like a takeout place. So if anyone knows of anything, let us know.
That sounds excellent, Steve. Thank you so much, young man.
Hey, Gary, since you've been working, you've been watching any good shows that you can recommend or anything like that to us?
Well, I just told you, I got a flat screen TV now.
I know. That's why
everything was flat.
I got this Roku or Roku.
Yeah,
Roku.
Yeah.
And I can watch movies and I got regular basic TV now. Like I'm watching that I'm watching Mike Jerk and that other girl. Alex
Harley.
Whatever.
Holly.
Yeah, I watch them guys every day, man.
That's cool, man.
That's great, man.
And I'm just so glad everybody's hit well there, man. And Billy Burns is the best guy in sales, man.
Wow, Bill Burns.
Bill Burns.
Shout out.
Wow, man.
Bill Burns is a good guy, man. Bill Burns is a good guy, man.
What about Chuck?
Chuck D'Amico, he's a class act, just like Eric Simon, man. He's a good guy, man.
He knows everybody.
Gary's running down our entire staff.
I love my family, man.
Yeah.
Who does payroll here?
Yeah.
I was watching this morning some of that Shinedown show from Camden last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, they were one of the best bands in the country right now. They're hot. They're on fire.
Yeah, they have a huge fan base here in Philadelphia.
Cadillac Brent Porsche, that's his favorite band.
Yeah.
You know, man, when they were out there, they were doing it for Johnny.
That's stupid Johnny, man. They ain't got nothing on me. Anyway, okay, Smith, you're going to deliver some pizzas. I'll be your sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We got to really follow through on this, Preston.
Do you know, for a brief period, Gary, your name was considered for going across country with Casey.
Man, if it can get me out of Philadelphia, I'll be blessed, bro.
Yeah, but
I've been down ashore in 20 years.
Do you want to get out of Philadelphia permanently or just for a little trip?
I just need to get out of my hood, man. My hood is shot.
It's very dangerous, right?
Oh man, look, the cops, the EMTs are the hardest workers in the city, your Philadelphia Fire Department, man. Detectives, man. I see my friends every day, man.
Shouting them all.
They're all my friends, man. They're good guys, man. They're good guys in Philadelphia Police Department and firemen and the EMTs, man. They're all my friends, man.
Well, you're the mayor of Juniata Park.
Yes, I am. They knock on my door and they give me brass knuckles.
Hang on.
Well, at least I haven't.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Hang on. I just want to clarify this. They give you brass knuckles?
Yeah.
Well, they use them on him.
You can get them at a pawn store. They're really called paperweight.
They're illegal.
Yeah, we can get them at a pawn store.
Okay.
But
All right, get him at a Pawn Star.
Hey, Gary, is it difficult for you to get to Feasterville?
I can't get the feast. I can lucky I can get from here to my.
For a job.
No, I can't get that far, man.
All right, there's a place called the Copper Kettle Tavern, and they are hiring and in need. So if you change your mind, I got an email from a listener and said they are actually hiring right now.
Gary, if you can pull it together, bite the bullet a little bit. If somebody's offering up some work, it might be.
I understand all that, and I really gratefully, and I'm very humbled by that. But I can't walk from here to the L, man.
Okay.
Wow. I live right in Juliana Park. My L is Erie and Tarsdale.
Let's get your leg right, all right, and do some.
I got to get. Sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to.
No. You got to get that leg right. If that's how bad it is, because I know you want to work, but we got to make sure you can stand up and do what you need to do.
Get an electric scooter.
Know what the funny thing is, too, guys? I mean, I can talk to you guys. And my right side of my leg, my toes are not like my left side of my leg. My toenails are all clear. You can see the blood and red. And on my right side, it's like they're like dead. My nails don't even grow.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what.
You gotta go to the doctor.
Are they discolored or anything like that?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, it's like diabetes and things like that.
Yeah, my nails don't even grow, man. I mean, I always take care of my skin and my body, but something's not right if my nails.
Kathy, do you think you could assess this if Gary were to send you a D-pic?
When's the last time you saw your doctor about this, Gary?
About 6 months ago.
Oh,
okay.
Dude, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I went before, and he took 3 more tubes of blood. I went the last time, he took 4 more tubes of blood.
And what were the results?
He said something about my enzymes.
He's low on blood.
Your liver enzymes?
Something like that, maybe, Case.
And did he recommend any medication or anything?
Man, he gives me medication that goes, when I get it, I see all the side effects. I read it all. I say, oh, my God, if one pill don't cure you, one will freaking kill you. So I threw him away.
You threw him away?
Don't.
Dude.
Can't do that.
The only thing I take is 800 milligram Motrin, and I break them in half.
Gary, you have to listen to your doctor and take the prescribed medication. I know a lot of things have potential side effects, but if you've got something serious going on, you got to take the chance, the minimal chance that something might go wrong and fix the problem.
I'm going to have to look into another doctor because this is not. This has been going on for too long now. It's upsetting me.
Do us a favor. Do us a favor and make sure that you follow through with that. So the next time we talk to you, you have a new doctor who's taking care of that leg. And then when that happens and you're ready to get a little bit more ambulatory, we can get you set up, or at least nice people offering jobs can help you get back on your feet, all right?
Listen, that sounds great. And by the way, hey, real quick, if I may, I know I took up a lot of time. I wanted to know how Sweet Tea, how's Chase doing?
Good. He's great. Thanks, Garrett. Get yourself healthy, will you?
You're the greatest mom ever. You really are.
Thanks,
Gary. Listen, go to the doctor. You might have a diseased liver, bro. So you might want to head on over to the doctor and not go and drink beer today, you know?
I could do that.
Okay,
and make sure if you're prescribed something, take it, man.
Well, if you've seen this Preston, man, of all them side effects, I'm like, man, this is going to hurt your liver. This is going to hurt your kidney. Good lungs.
Well, if the doctor's telling you, you got to listen.
Yep.
I just think
make sure it's a doctor you trust. So get a new doctor, get yourself checked up, get your leg back up and run. But you can't.
Or if they're telling you to make some if you're not comfortable with the medicine, they're telling you to make some lifestyle changes. You have to do it.
Yes, I'm all for that too. Also.
All right.
Because I lost some weight. I lost some weight also.
All right. Well,
I used to be $145, $150, and I'm not even nowhere near that now.
Yeah, that's a little
I'm really
troubling.
concerned about you, Gary.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate Preston, man. It's really truly means a lot for me, and right now I'm inspired to do the right thing and look into a better doctor.
You do that. We want to hear from you next week. All right, that you made some minutes. All right.
I'll call you next Monday. In case if you can't give me a call, we can talk about Bill Weston's tickets.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about getting you healthy. And listen, you can blame the doctor, but a doctor's is only as good as his patient, right?
Yeah.
So you have to listen to him. And I would recommend going like sooner rather than later, like today.
Yeah, I definitely got to change doctors. I have to go doctor shopping.
And Gary,
into it today.
Gary, you got the time. You don't have work holding you back. So
and I have medical insurance too, so I have to take advantage of this.
Do it today.
I will not put it off, Dad.
All right. I like it.
And then check back in.
All right.
I'll call you next Monday, Preston.
All right.
All right. We're going to hold you to it.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Bill Burns, Chuck Sneeko, Eric Simon,
And my Lord and
Kathy
Savior,
Friedman
Jesus Christ.
Romano, Steve Morrison, Preston Elliott,
Todd DeFeo.
Nick McElwain, and my main man with the pots and pans, Casey Boyd Foster, and Marissa Mocha McNada.
All right.
Well done.
All right, Gary. Hang in there, man.
Have a great day. Thank you, guys.
See you, buddy. Wow.
Poor Gary.
I didn't quite. Obviously, there's stuff going on with his toes and his feet. That sounds not good.
Here's the deal. He's calling his doctor a quack.
Yeah.
His doctor prescribed him medication, and he threw it away. And he's talking about enzymes. Dude, you can't mess around with that.
No.
You cannot mess around with that, and you definitely can't. If you got a liver problem, you can't be drinking.
Drinking beer, yeah.
Gary,
down to the 7-Eleven.
come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen. That was a good call. It was important that we spoke to him, so I'm glad we did a wellness because something's going on, and hopefully we can kind of nudge him in the right direction to get something done.
I had 3 testicles.
And they'll want to see that. They'll want to check all 3 of those, too. All right, well, listen, we have to take a break.
Yeah.
We have our buddy Michael Giacchino is going to be joining us a little bit. So let's take that break and come back in just a moment. Make sure you stay with us, friend. So Casey sent me this article. It was from the New York Times yesterday. And in the NFL, there's a tradition that's been going on since the 70s. It's called the Rookie Dinner. And so the veterans have to take the rookies out to dinner, but the rookies have to pay for the dinner.
Right. It's been shown in sports movies periodically, yeah.
Yeah. So, but apparently there's starting to be more rumblings about is this a good idea or not, because sometimes the tabs, which can average between $5,000 to $25,000.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, it depends on if they take advantage of them.
Of course.
You know,
And I bet you the England
Traffic
fighter.
on 93.3 WMMR.
One of the undercard fights, Marissa Magnata at
Yes.
WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you may want to be there, see that, witness that for yourself.
Thank you for training me all these
No
months.
problem.
Days.
No problem. Hey, by the way, I also want to mention this. The WMM Emmys, the Everything That Rocks Awards, we have announced our final category, which is Rock Artist of the Year.
Grammy!
So you can now vote at PrestonandSteve.com. You go over there and you will see the nominees. We have 5 of them today, and this is the final category, like I said. So Rock Artist of the Year, Oasis. He had a massive international reunion tour.
Yeah.
Then you had Linkin Park, new band lineup, album tour, all that. Metallica did their multi-night tours in major multi-night tour. So in major markets, they were playing several shows. They did that around the country, around the world, actually. Then you had Shinedown. Huge year for them. A lot of great songs, touring side projects, and of course, came out to the Pierre Robert the celebration of life. And then, of course, we lost Ozzy Osbourne last year, too, and that farewell concert and all things Ozzy. So these guys are all up for the vote, and it's up to you to determine who our winner is going to be. And like I said, it's real simple. Go to PrestonandSteve.com, click on the link, and then just click on the band name, and then you're finished for the day.
I think I'm leaning towards Ozzy.
Yeah?
I am. Just because it was so touching. It was so beautiful that it went out that way, the way he would want and wanted it. It was pretty amazing.
And it resonated outside of the realm of rock as well. People who maybe were necessarily, diehard Sabbath fans or anything like that were aware of what was going on with Ozzy and his impact and pop music, but pop culture as well. But it's up to you. You make the vote, and tomorrow morning we're going to reveal the winners, and we'll go through all 4 categories. So we were talking about the weather forecast earlier and how there's a nor'easter headed our way. Sunday, our area, not likely taking any damage, but down south it's going to be. But actually at the shore on Sunday, they were talking about 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts.
Oh,
with the temperatures the way they are now, even a slight breeze is a little hard to handle. Can you imagine 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts?
It's going to cut through you like knives.
Yeah.
You talk about this confluence of events that we have with this snowstorm. We've had much, greater snowfall in years past, but to go right into this Arctic freeze. And I was looking up for my second story window. So East Mount Airy Avenue, the road that I'm on. it now is like locked. It extends out a good 3 feet into the road, and it's like a solid frozen wall.
Solid ice, man.
So it's like when I left this morning and I'm coming off the side street, the car like goes down onto the regular street. I'm now parking on a platform of ice and snow that's padded down, but it's like, and the weather seems to indicate we're not going to get out of this for quite a while.
You know who I really feel for, because I left here on Tuesday, so fresh after all this. Monday, pretty much everything was at a standstill. There was hardly anybody out on the road. But on Tuesday, I was leaving, and I'm going down Belmont, and in front of me, a garbage truck. And there's two guys hanging off the back of that thing. And they're stopping, and they not only do they, is it insanely cold, but they also have to kind of wade through the snow a little bit to get to some of the cans. And they're, it's hard to get the cans to stay balanced upright when they're with all the snow and everything. But they're on a moving vehicle. However windy it is, double it, triple it, whatever it is, while you're moving, hanging off, and your hands have to be, even when you're wearing gloves, your hands go numb.
It doesn't matter.
And they're trying to hang on to the side of the vehicle. I was like, man, I felt like doing something for them.
You turned your heat
rolled out and
turned up my heat a little bit.
It's toasty in here. Ha ha.
Yeah. I felt so bad for those guys.
It's interesting you should raise that idea, because driving in the other day when it said 9 degrees on my car thermometer, and then road work is wrapping up around. I'm hearing what?
Yeah.
Who's out?
Overnight road work?
Overnight road work.
Yeah, because don't they? Do they ever tell them don't work? I mean, it's too cold, we can't work.
In the heat, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a question. I'm going to throw it out right now. I mean, if there's no wind, but it's like 4 degrees outside, is there a point at which they say it's too cold to work?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, because that seems inhuman.
They have to.
Would you rather work in sweltering heat or freezing cold?
I think probably sweltering heat.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's an interesting one.
Because the cold gets into your bones.
It does.
You know what I mean? It gets deep.
It does. Sweltering heat.
Sweltering heat? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
I thrive on heat. I love the heat.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I want to sit outside when it's 100 degrees out.
So then you'd rather work in the heat?
Much rather heat, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't know, but I mean, you talk about things like, you were talking, about wheelchair accessibility. Or knowing where, if you're going into a business, I had it happen the other day. I'm like, where do I go? Where's the shoveled out pathway?
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Well, so I saw in the news report yesterday that there are streets in South Philadelphia where there is abundant parking available, and it's because cars can't get down the street.
Yeah,
because the street that was plowed that is perpendicular to the street created an ice wall that cars can't get past.
That would suck beyond suck.
Yes.
I just got a text from our friends over at Wilson's Secret Sauce that says we're having Trash Man Appreciation Day today at Wilson's Secret Sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing for it, but text in and let us know, because those guys certainly need a little extra love.
Well, I'm going to have to go do that. I'm going to have to make sure that there's an accessible pathway, because this is trash night for me.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Yeah.
And then here, I'll tell you what happened at home. I have a Newfoundland, a Newfie.
Yeah.
And she goes out to go to the bathroom. Well, and this is her deal, but she's going out to take a dump, and I see her walk one way off the patio, and I see her walk the other way up to the other back part of the yard, past the patio. I'm realizing there's this solid sheet of ice on top of the elevated snow that packed it.
Yeah.
She can't get traction to go lock in and take a dump, so she takes a dump on the patio.
On the patio.
And I get it. So today I'm going to carve out a patch of land.
Yeah.
Her dump space.
You guys saw the video I sent you yesterday.
Yes.
My dog was, because in my backyard there's a little hill, and my dog couldn't walk down the hill. He basically just slid down the hill. Do you guys see the video of the other? It was a dog who took a dump at the top of the hill, of the snow hill.
No.
And
Did it roll?
And the turds just slid down the hill.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I like it already. I need to see that.
All right, Sam, see if you can find it. It's a white dog. And he dumps at the top of the hill, and then as the poop is going down the hill, the other dog goes up to try to play with it. Yeah.
Rolling frozen poop. You can use that as your search parameters.
Yeah.
Oh, he already found it. Is this it, Casey?
That's not it.
It's a different dog doing it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's watching it as it goes.
Hey, you should put a little hole with a flag in it.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Like a putting green.
putt-putt.
A pooping green.
Oh, my God, a pooping green. That's fantastic.
We got to put this one up.
Yes, I love that.
The dog is like, hey, look at that.
Oh, my God.
I tell you what, though, picking up dog poop. It's
so
a joy.
easy now.
Yeah.
There's nothing squishy about it.
Yeah, and we were talking about yesterday about how cool it looks out. I mean, I don't mean cold.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? But how cool it looks with that crust on top, that
Glistening.
frozen crust.
Yeah.
I am enjoying actually that visual, but I don't think it needs to stick around that long.
I told you I saw.
If it's going to look like this, it should look like that.
Did I tell you that I saw a dude with it looked like a hybrid between an acetylene torch and a flamethrower, like removing ice?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh wow.
They did that in South Philly. They borrowed it from the international airport. One of those like industrial sized, flamethrowers essentially.
Where'd they do
because it was
this?
so bad in South Philadelphia. They borrowed it from, they use it on the tarmac at Philadelphia
to de-ice.
Airport. Yeah, to de-ice things.
The city borrowed it and used it for legit, not just people like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Hey, can I have one of those?
Yeah.
Hey, anyone using this plane?
There's a map that the city's offering that shows you which streets have been plowed and cleaned.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
I think I know some people are going to probably disagree, and I'm sorry if your situation is not as good. In my general area, they did a pretty good job of plow training it throughout the storm and stuff like that. But at a certain point, when the temperature drops the way it did, you're locked.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait.
Hang on a second. I want to go to Kathy. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. You're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Great, Kelly. What's up?
So I got a wild story. So I own a Honda CRV, and I'm a nurse, and I travel all over in the storms and patients' houses, no problems. So we have a couple dogs. So like you guys were talking about, they need a place to go poop because they're sliding around. So I took my CRV, went in the yard, ran it around a couple times, parked it back in the driveway, and then saw that I ripped off my undercarriage of my car.
So you were driving your vehicle around your yard?
I had to make some grooves. They were like slipping and sliding, and one dog's old. I don't want him to break a hip.
No, I hear you,
I'm
but
so proud of myself because we love our dogs. Love dogs.
I can see driving in your yard. It's frozen, so you're going to be pretty good. But most likely, it's not going to sink down in there. But using it as a plow,
yeah.
And it seemed like a good idea at the time, right, Kelly?
It certainly did. And so I parked it and went, "What's that?" And I thought, "Did I run over a metal trash can lid? We don't have one."
Oh, that's
so
funny.
then I was like, "Oh my God, that's a lot of metal crumped up."
That's funny.
Oops.
Oh, well.
$150 to get it replaced. But,
Yeah.
All
right.
Well, they're not too bad. You could have done some real damage. But
Were you successful in your attempt to clear some space for the dogs?
I did. The dogs love all the tire marks, and everybody's pooping and peeing everybody.
All right.
Yeah. Hell, I'll come over and do it too.
Thank you, Kelly. I made it a point while the snow was falling to go out and dig a little path for the pups out into the yard. And I'm glad I did because I didn't know it was going to turn into this frozen, rock solid thing that it is.
Well, when I get back today, I'm going to be chopping through that stuff because she's got to have an area to go.
Yeah, and I've got to do for the garbage cans.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like chucking, like digging into ice.
Update from Wilson's Secret Sauce for their Trash Man Appreciation Day. Between 11 and 1, free brisket or pulled pork sandwich for everybody in the industry. Just bring your ID.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
have to
pretty
imagine,
awesome.
to your point, that has to be one of the much colder experiences because I see the guys going around and it's a nightmare. People are doing any sort of delivery service of any kind. Where do you park?
That's the tough part. You know what? I need to ask Parker about that because he's worked the past couple of days. And,
what's he doing?
And I was curious about, because they've got to be, and if you're driving a big delivery van, like an Amazon van or something like that, you got to find a place to put it somewhere, and that's not a lot of room right now.
Do you know it was one of the more wild experiences? That's Monday morning when I was coming in right after the snowstorm, or wherever you guys were at the hotel, and I was coming in from home. I mean, no street light, I didn't stop for a goddamn thing. There was nobody around.
On the way into to the hotel that night, I'm like, stop sign, stop light, forget it. I'm going to go to Ben, joining us next. Hey, Ben, good morning, bud.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What's up? What are you up to?
Hey, I heard you guys talking about what time, or at what temperatures do guys outside stop working.
Yeah.
So we're out here right now, and usually it depends. I do dirt work, so it depends on how deep the frost gets. So we start struggling with the excavator to poke through the frost.
Yeah.
And that's generally when they call us off for a week or two until the temperatures come back.
So the frozen
We're out
ground.
here right now.
Yeah.
The permafrost. Yeah,
Frozen ground. What's that?
No, the permafrost. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You have to wait until the ground is workable. Even if you have a piece of heavy equipment, at a certain point, you can't do anything.
That's right. Like we have a 70,000-pound excavator, and once you get to 12 to 18 inches of frost, you're kind of wasting money at that point.
Yeah. Nope. Makes sense. But the cab that you work in, do you have heat?
Yeah, I have heat, so it's not bad for me. But we got 4 guys out on the ground right now. It's definitely cold. Every time you get out, you feel it cut through you.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, hang in there, Ben. Appreciate it, man.
It sucks.
Yeah. Sometimes, like they can't bury people.
Right.
If they die at a certain time of year,
They feed them to feral animals.
They will just throw him out there, and look, something's going to eat that guy.
Nature.
No, they won't. They won't dig. They can't dig into the ground.
Yeah,
and they just got to essentially keep them on ice. And I've heard where they will just like an outdoor shed, put a body in there because it's cold
and pack them.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's going to be frozen. So yeah.
For tasting more, it's encore.
Dude. Whoa. Come on.
For tasting more, it's encore.
I have Matt joining us next. Matt, you're on. Good morning, man.
Whoa.
What's up, bud?
I'm so sorry to bother you guys at work.
Oh, all right. We accept. What's up, bud?
So I heard you guys talking about the flamethrower thing, and the skateboard community uses this a lot. And you basically take your propane tank from your barbecue, and they make these flamethrower tips that you can get at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever.
Really?
So you connect it together, and you can literally walk around and just flame throw, use it to take liquid or snow off the skateboard area.
Okay.
Super mobile.
We found...
Dude, we're looking at one right now. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, we found a list of this. It's the Flame King Bundle 5-pound propane tank with OPD valve. It's 340,000 BTUs.
Damn. Dude.
Wow.
Yeah, you feel like a superhero, walking around with a flamethrower, removing snow and ice. But it works really well, and they're not expensive.
I think I have to get one of these.
Oh, listen, I wonder if you're say with an ice wall or at the end of my driveway where the stuff is. Would it work? It'd have to work on that, right?
Sure. Eventually.
Yeah.
Hold it on long enough.
So in the bottom of the skate bowl, where water collects, you can take this thing and just walk around and wave it back and forth, and it just evaporates all the liquid, and it works with ice and snow too.
Dude, it's $100.
I'm getting one.
I'm going to get one. Yeah.
God, this is thanks. This is a revelation.
Matt, thank you. Whoa. Appreciate that, brother.
I hope you guys have a great afternoon.
Hey, see you.
Did you? No, that's on an icy patch.
I didn't know you could get those and just hook up to your regular propane tank.
We should get them for the studio here, Preston.
I knew that they existed. I've seen people use them, but I didn't know that that's the source of the fuel because that's pretty damn simple. I have a torch.
Yeah.
And I use it for lighting fires in our fire pit or for resurfacing my Adirondack chairs.
We heard about that.
It melts the surface and the color comes back. But this would be even easier for that.
Come on!
Dude, yes.
You know what I'd do?
Wow.
Here's what we do. We're going to go out to the parking lot. I'm going to throw up an uncooked chicken and you target practice on it.
I'm going to get this because I have 4 propane tanks. Yeah. I have extras. I used to do this endorsement for a company called Cinch.
Me too.
And they gave me a few extra ones. So this is what I'll use. I'll use my spares for my flamethrower.
You could use that when the bee's nest ends up on your
and then you can set your diving board on fire.
Fire, big fire this time around.
Can I come over and play with it?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You like to play with fire?
Hell yes.
When there's a fire pit, are you the one that's moving the
Throwing things
logs
into
around
it?
and
Yeah.
throwing things into it?
I can't sit with a pack of matches near me without at least
Just sitting there
igniting
lighting
it.
them?
Yeah.
Preston,
All
you
right.
actually should have been married to Marissa.
I didn't know.
You're an arsonist at heart.
I didn't know that about you, Marissa.
Well, together it would be dangerous. We have to stay separate.
That's too much heat. All right, I'm going to go to Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Good morning, bud.
I got 3 testicles.
How you doing, Ralph?
I had 3 testicles. I'm a little chilly out here.
What are you doing?
We're carpenters, union carpenters, represent. And we're actually down the Navy Yard doing that apartment building.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
All right, so Ralph, hang on. Let me jump in here real quick. What are the conditions that that will cause you to have the day off?
Yeah, there's no conditions.
Oh man,
yeah,
I believe it.
We kind of make the boss. We'll kind of talk amongst the guys and see if we want to call it. But we don't work, we don't get paid.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's got to really be dangerous, I would assume, for you to say, okay, this ain't worth it.
It's definitely dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous today. We're doing the apartment buildings in the Navy Yard.
Yeah, I mean, we're very excited about that, but we're sorry you're, freezing to death. But so let me ask you: do you have heated areas that you can go into, or what's the setup out there?
Yeah, I mean, some of the building we have, because we do the exterior panels and all the trim, we make it look pretty outside.
Yeah.
There are some areas inside the guys are working and other guys will go in for a couple minutes here and there.
All right, thank God for that.
Yeah, but for the most part, like, sometimes you can't get away from it because the one side of the building might be sunny, and the other side of the building is 30 degrees colder and windy.
Oh, Jesus.
So you'll see the guys on one side kind of like, taking a couple layers off, and the other guys are just freezing.
So during the summer, we'll always hear construction workers will work earlier in the morning before it gets really hot and kind of try to wrap up their day by 10 or 11. Is there an equivalent of that for winter and the cold?
I mean, the roofers sometimes do it, but sometimes on a job, they make you work from 7 to 3:30 is like the standard. And like this job, for instance, is kind of pushing that because we would usually start like 6 to 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, this job's making us stay 7 to 3:30.
Yeah, I mean, it's so at the time that we're coming in, in like the 4:15, 4:20 range. To me, that feels like the coldest time of the day when you come out. You look at the temperature, it's always going to be whatever they forecast. It's the low temperature of the day. It's at that time. So you're past that.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, they usually don't warm up until, like about 8 o'clock.
Hey, Ralph, do you try the like the heated vest or heated socks or anything like that when you're out and stuff like this?
Yeah, I got the heated vest and all that. A couple of guys wear all that stuff. Me, luckily, I've been driving like the little forklift.
Okay.
So
I would push.
I don't really have to be in the cold as much as everybody else. But even just walking to my van this morning for a half hour, I felt like my thumb was going to fall off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Toes, fingers and toes, man. That's and your nose.
Yeah.
That's
your
what,
penis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all off last year.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ralph. Stay warm, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll see you, man. But no, I couldn't. I'm thankful I don't have to be out there.
Oh man,
I feel for people that do, and I understand. That's your job. But it's
forget it.
That's a tough one. That's a hard one, man.
Listen, I don't even like that initial sitting in my car seat because it's so cold. You know what I mean? Like,
did you try putting on thermals?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
I know.
Does Diane still carry you out?
Sometimes, this morning she didn't, but sometimes she does. It just
piggyback or baby style.
Oh, like farmers.
Okay.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Oh, over the shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, that's that
farmer.
No,
yeah,
no.
that's the farmer thing.
No.
Or I mean, fireman's carry.
Yeah.
Not farmer carry. I don't know farmer carry. I know farmer blow is when you blow it in your nostril, the snot out of that. Sounds like a snot rocket. I'm going to go to Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Kelly. What's up?
Listen, my husband complains all the time about other people complaining that it's cold out when they're working.
What does he do?
He was a firefighter for 37 years.
Yeah.
And he was out there in the bitter cold, hose lines freezing, ice all over the trucks. He would literally be covered in ice. Icicles would hang from his helmet. Although, strange enough, he was warmer when he was encrusted in ice because it gave him an extra layer. From the wind and so forth, crazy as it sounds.
Yeah.
But he's out there all the time in the cold and, freezing weather, and he's just like, people stop complaining.
Yeah, there was a
Do your damn job.
night before last. There was a big fire, and we were just talking about that very thing, and how the mist from those hoses is going to cover the firefighters and freeze right over.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it freezes everything. It's a sin because when people come out the next day, their cars are covered in ice.
Yeah.
You know, the ground's covered in ice. But, you know, they get the job done. The fire's out.
No, I mean, God bless them, man. That's hellacious work because you're right. The mist and everything. My question would be, I don't know if you would know this. How do they keep, I mean, it has to happen occasionally that the water will freeze up in the pipes, in the
hydrant?
The hydrants.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the pressure of the water that keeps it flowing. They have, like, if you have a high pressure hydrant, it doesn't freeze as easily. I know that there are problems in certain counties, but Philadelphia has a pretty good handle on it.
Okay.
There are problems with the frozen pipes, yes, and they've had to go to a different location and stretch longer hose line.
Can you imagine that? No. It's bitterly cold.
They do have tanks in their engine, but that's that runs out so quickly.
Yeah, especially in a big fire.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Kelly.
But yeah, it can be a hazard.
All right,
guys, have
appreciate
a good one.
Take care. Casey, somebody was texting in. Do you have a remote start on your car?
Yeah, but so the car that I have, everything sort of goes back to factory settings. So even if I have my heated seats on when I turn the car off, they won't automatically go back on.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, I could turn the heat.
Yeah, the heat will warm up the car.
The heat would maybe warm up the car.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I was going to say, so I don't get to drive the Subaru. That is not my car anymore. And so
that's not good.
No, it's not. It's my wife's car. And then the Jeep that we have, even when you use the remote start, the heat doesn't turn on. It's so I don't get it.
Isn't that part of the joy of having a remote start? Is that the heat will be on when you get in the car?
That's the only reason I've ever used it.
Yeah.
Is so that the car is actually, the interior is warm.
It just, for some reason, the heater does not engage and it just blows out air. And that's all it does. The heat
nice and cool.
The heat doesn't engage until the engine, officially turns on.
But at least, so the engine warming up is what causes the heat to get warm.
Right.
If you got in and turn it on, you would have warm heat very quickly.
Right.
Much more quicker.
Yeah, I mean...
And it only takes 3 minutes of the car warming up.
The other thing is I don't get up early enough in order to engage the remote start. Literally... That from the time my feet hit the ground in the morning,
you wake up at 6.
I wake up at 6.
Yeah,
but from the time my feet hit the ground in the morning to the time I'm actually in my car is about 10 minutes.
All right,
I take care of everything at night. So all I do when I wake up in the morning is I get up, I brush my teeth, put my clothes on, I pour a cup of coffee, and I'm out the door. That's
enough time for the car to warm up.
Yeah, but then I would have to go downstairs, grab my keys. Make sure that, so that would just prolong my day.
Take your keys upstairs with you when you go to bed.
Well...
Okay, never mind.
Well, no.
I'm sorry.
There's a reasoning behind this. There's a reasoning behind this. I'm so worried about leaving my computer at home that I leave my keys in my backpack where my computer is. So and then I would just have to take my backpack upstairs.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah.
There's a way around this.
There is a way around it.
Okay. All right, Ryan.
So Casey, if it helps you, I actually have an app on my phone that does the remote start for me from the app. So if you don't want to grab the keys, maybe that's something that your car manufacturer has.
I wonder if I have that.
It very well could be.
I have and this is a slight change of subject, but I have a ritual before I go to bed, Casey.
Right.
That there are 3 or 4 things that I do that are in place and ready to go because we get up so stupid early that I don't even have to think about it.
Right.
I quite literally, on my Keurig, I open it up, I stick the pod in there, I put the cup underneath it.
Yeah, my coffee's on a timer. It's set for it to go off at 4:30.
And I have my briefcase is everything in it needed to go right by the door.
Yep.
Or when it's warmer out, I go ahead and put it in the car the night before.
Yeah.
And so you can take your backpack upstairs.
You could do that.
I could do that. I mean, listen, I have a
routine.
A routine, and that routine was set in place before it was 5 degrees
by the ancient
morning.
ones.
Yeah. So I just kind of stuck to my routine. I really am a no fuss, no muss kind of guy in the morning.
Okay.
But you're right. I could just bring my backpack upstairs with me.
I'm going to throw this out because I'm the same. If my keys are not in my cup holder to get into the building, I forget them. No matter even if they're right next to my car key, it has to be there. But you wear a jacket when it's cold out. What if you put your backpack next to your jacket?
My backpack is next to my jacket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a
All
second.
right.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the cold workers.
Yes.
We got Joe joining us now. Hi, Joe. Morning, Med.
Good morning.
What's up, my man? What do you do?
I'm a tow truck driver in Delaware. I work for Holyoke Towing.
Okay. And how bad's it getting for you?
It's horrible out here. I haven't felt my hands in the past 2 weeks.
Oh,
So
man.
just give us a ballpark. How much has your work skipped up in the past couple of days?
Let's see. Yesterday I put in about 13 hours.
Jeez.
Nonstop. Stopped for lunch for 30 minutes and then just back right on the road.
All right. And so what are you doing to try to keep your hands warm, man?
I just try to. I have like 500 gloves in my truck. I just try to keep switching them out. Really, that and hand warmers.
Dude, it would be miserable. So, and you've tried the heated gloves and stuff like that?
Yeah, but once they get wet, the batteries get wet,
Yeah.
and that's a whole nother risk right there.
So are you mostly...
I'd rather have my hands cold than get like acid burn.
Are you mostly dealing with cars that have broken down or cars that are just parked and trying to get out of there?
Broken down, accidents,
Yeah.
drunk drivers.
Oh, boy.
Anything you can think of a tow truck gets called out for. I moved 6 pallets of salt on Saturday. So
Wow.
I'm like moving everything.
So are you making overtime?
Everything on the trucks. Yeah, we make overtime.
All right.
And it doesn't help. Everything's on the truck's metal. So even all the hooks and everything just get so frozen. Once you touch them, they like freeze to your glove.
Oh, man.
It's miserable.
All right. You got a few days left, man. You got any days off this weekend?
No, I work this weekend,
Oh,
unfortunately.
yeah, it's going to be cold. It's not going to be like Monday. We warm up to 35 degrees.
I think tomorrow, is tomorrow the coldest day?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Yeah.
the coldest day.
Yep.
So you got one more day of brutal. But as long as the sun is out, that's a little help.
Yeah, the sun definitely helps.
All right, man.
And you have to find that fine layer of too much clothes and not enough clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw one more.
Because if you start sweating and then once you stop, you get that cold chill and.
Yep. All right. Well, hang in there,
It's
Joe.
horrible.
Thanks for the call, brother. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
There's another cool gadget. It's from that company that does the Action Heat, the heated jackets and vests and socks. It's just like a hand warmer. So imagine it's like a reusable hand warmer.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like hold them in your palms of your hands.
I got them for my daughter because she goes to school in Michigan.
Does she like
And it
them?
gets freezing. She left them at home.
Are they battery powered?
They're
or are
battery
they,
powered. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just reheat them, but like they basically look like big lighters that you hold on to.
When I was a kid, and this is really going to date me. So I don't know. My dad and I were going hunting or what it was, but hand warmers were not the chemical kind they had. They also weren't the battery kind they had. They literally use lighter fluid, and you would ignite it and close it. Had a little vent on it.
Okay.
It was this little silver thing about the size of your palm.
Huh.
And you had to light it. And it would burn, but just like an ember.
Right.
So it wasn't like an open flame.
Okay.
And
wouldn't
that's
get
what I
scalding
used
hot?
as a hand warmer.
I remember that.
That was after we would, start the fire with rocks.
Yeah.
We would, scrape the rocks together. And
We had to do it because obviously we had predatory animals. that are around.
Stegosaurus and whatnot. Yeah.
And we had heard of a saber tooth in the area.
Yeah, Marissa Fett, that's it. That is exactly it. That's what it looked like. A vintage hand warmer.
It's like a big lighter.
Yeah.
Pretty
like
much.
a giant lighter.
Yeah.
Yep. And
I tell you,
yep.
how quickly are you going to get that flamethrower thing for the
I'm going to stop on the way home.
Yeah.
probably.
Just as a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, just to play with.
Yeah.
Casey, by the way, some more suggestions coming in for your car.
Yeah.
If you have a spare set of keys,
Yeah.
take them upstairs and leave that next on your nightstand.
That's actually pretty
Oh.
smart
That's a pretty,
as well.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Just get up,
So
fire it
I
up.
just remote started my car from up here. Just I want to see how long it actually takes for it to warm
Did
up.
it work? Did it turn on?
I think so. I can't really tell from up
See,
here.
I've never done it. I did it with Claire's car a couple cars back. I hear it can be co-opted, and sometimes the system, and maybe that's just with Audi or whatever, that it can be, just steal
Somebody
the car.
steal your car?
I don't know. If it's something that can be bad, it'll happen to me.
If somebody wants to steal this car, that's fine.
Mine has an app on the phone. And that's how you start it up.
Yeah,
unlock the doors and do all that stuff.
This car's a 2015. Apps didn't exist back then.
Yeah. Well, I've got an old hand warmer that you can use. You just need a lighter.
Just set it on fire.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
You know, Preston, you just take out the cigarette lighter and just keep touching your hand. It's warming right up.
All right, hang on a second. Jeff wanted to comment. He's been on hold for a long time. Hi, Jeff. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
What's up, bud?
I'm not trying to compare towards people that have to work outside in the cold because that's awful.
Yeah.
But in my experience when I was younger, I used to work at a movie theater, and a fun/horrible fact about movie theaters, the one I worked at, you were not allowed to leave. We wouldn't close until the state declared a state of emergency.
So when you're in a movie theater, the only time that they would cancel work and let you go home is when an official state of emergency had been declared.
That's correct.
Wow.
So I would work there, and it would be snowing like a blizzard, and just knowing my car's getting buried out there for the hours that I would be in. And then, I've had times where my dad would have to come and pick me up in his truck, and he's just like, we'll get your car tomorrow. Like it would be that bad out. The roads would be horrible because they're not out plowing yet. And then if you had a bad manager working with you, they would go, all right, well, state of emergency, we need to close everything down. So like all of the processes that they do at night to shut down the theater, like cleaning the concession stand, mopping the floors, all of that, we would have to do that before we could go.
Would they ever entertain the notion of just letting you stay in the building?
In theory, but there's also the thought process of if you stay in there, it's just going to get worse while you're out there.
Jeff, what is the theater still around?
Yes.
Which one was it? I'm sure they don't do this anymore, but what theater was it, if you don't mind?
I don't know if they don't do it anymore, and I can almost guarantee all or some of you have been to this movie theater, so I don't know if I want to disclose which one it is.
Well, it's all right.
All right, but what town is it in?
It wouldn't be King of Prussia, would it?
No, it's not King of Prussia.
All right. See, to me, locked in a building with popcorn and movies, you could do that.
That'd be great.
Kind of fun.
I'd love
that.
Admittedly, by the end of my time at the theater, I hated the smell and taste of popcorn.
I believe
it again.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate
Yeah, I
it,
can
bud.
see that being a bitch.
Jen owns a horse farm. Talk about getting out there. You can't leave the animals be. You gotta get out there no matter what. Hi, Jen, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, all right. So how bad does it get for you this time of year or when events like this happen?
Well, I'm out here now. It's pretty bad. We have a 35-acre horse farm in Chester County, and we have 34 horses on the farm and about 20 chickens, and everybody has to eat a couple times a day, and some come in, some don't, but we're also out here breaking up water in 100-gallon water troughs.
Oh, wow.
So there's no, you can't, there's no electric heater that's going to keep a vat for horse water from freezing, correct?
So we do have heaters out, but the air, they only work till up to about 10 degrees.
Right.
So the air temperature is so cold that it still forms ice on top. So in order to keep it from freezing all the way through, you have to come out a few times a day and break it up.
Well, Jen, did you see that story about the horse in Bucks County, a little pony that fell in the ice and couldn't get up because he kept slipping?
Oh.
And they needed to get
Yeah.
a tractor to help lift this thing up. I think it happened yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah, because even the minis, they weigh, you don't think about it, but we have a bunch of big horses, and they weigh on average 1,100 to 1,500 pounds. So, and they all have metal shoes on what's now like an icy, snowy mix. So it gets precarious when you're coming in and out of the barn. And even the little ones, the minis still weigh between 300 and 500 pounds. So if they fall, you can't just kind of go over and lift them up.
All right, I'll ask the ignorant questions because I'm not sure. What is a horse's tolerance to cold like this? I mean, go ahead.
They're pretty hardy as well. Now, all of ours have blankets on, but if they're not clipped and they have a full winter coat, they are pretty hardy animals. But, I think sometimes we always worry, so we put blankets and double blankets.
By clipped, you mean their balls, right?
No, their hair. You can clip,
I thought Gelding.
No, it's all good. I don't have any balls. I'm warm.
Yeah. I thought having the extra testicles would keep them warmer.
Cut my nuts
what
off.
about the ladies?
Cut my nuts off. I'm freezing.
Oh my God!
Could you?
I can't take it anymore.
Cut my balls
Cut 'em off.
I am so cold.
Could you get crampons on their little?
Only during their
horseshoes?
periods.
Okay.
Can you do that? Can you get like Casey says, like crampons for horseshoes?
Snowshoes.
They make things called snowshoes for horses that help from keeping their hooves from becoming packed with ice.
Yes.
But other than that, no, there's nothing that gives them extra traction.
And the chickens, I assume you have a heated chicken coop, correct?
So it's not heated because the chickens produce about 10 BTUs of heat per bird. So if you have enough chickens in the coop, they keep each other warm.
Okay.
You just can't let them out. Mine free range, but not this week because they're not the brightest bird. So they'll lay down in the snow and then they'll freeze. So you have to keep them inside the coop.
Case, I have a suggestion. Keep some chickens in your car.
I should do that.
Yeah,
That's really smart. 10
nice and warm.
BTUs.
Yeah.
And you get eggs.
About 8 chickens in there. That ought to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good call, guys.
All right, Jen. Well, hang in there. We're in for a deep freeze for several days still.
I know.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We appreciate the call. Thank
35 is going to feel like 70.
you. It is going to feel.
I mean,
it is
and
going to feel milder.
We are 22, 24 degrees.
22 is the high today. 20 tomorrow. Then 24 pretty much Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. Yeah, we bump up 10 degrees.
But the
up to
norm should
35.
be in the 40s now.
Yeah, I think like high 30s, low 40s somewhere.
Yeah,
Is that February, January, February
So we're
range?
20 degrees under.
We're well below. So all right, well, hang in there. Hang in there. All right, we have to take ourselves a break. When we get back, bizarre file stories are what we'll share with you. You better stay put.
Take advantage of them.
It's funny
That's
to them.
the deal.
Yeah,
the
because
higher they can get the tally.
Well, because they had it done to them too.
Yeah,
it's that type of thing. It was done to me, and we're going to do it to you. That type of thing with initiations, essentially, is what this is. But the point they're starting to make out is, even though we see the NFL as these high dollar individuals, not everybody gets paid all of that money. No. And some of them
and up front.
And some of them might last a season, and they've blown money that in hindsight they probably
should have kept. Yeah,
they probably needed. Yeah. But it's also, listen, these guys are ordering cognac and expensive bottles of wine, and obviously the food. It's the booze where you spend all the money when you go out to dinner, without question.
So we had in my sorority, there was a night where the what's it called, Case? The
Hell Night?
Rush night? Is it during pledging or?
No, we were
orgy?
pledging. Oh, pledge night. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was during pledging. I forgot the word. It was during pledging. And so the whole sorority, sort of created this like spooky, we're mean people, night. And so, to scare it, whatever. We knew what was going on. And it
You're razzing them.
It was being funny. They were being funny. And it ended up being a fun night. After it's all over, there's a big party, the whole thing. But they got the year that I was pledging, the sorority got in trouble for it. So the following year, like when we were finally in the sorority, we couldn't do that. We didn't get the chance.
What was the core thing that you did to besides acting like you were very mean? Was there something equivalent to this, or
It wasn't money, because in college nobody had money.
Right,
No,
right.
it was. So we were brought into one of the sorority sisters' houses. They put us in a basement. It was very dark. Like, it was almost remind you of like a haunted house, spooky, scary.
Sure.
They all came in like all dressed in black, and we were blindfolded. Like, it just was.
Right.
Honestly, it was so dumb, but we were laughing.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's cool.
Before we go down the sorority and fraternity path, which I'm sure we're going to because that's the easiest to go to, but I wanted to see if there are other professions that might have this rookie type of initiation
There's gotta be.
thing. And I'm sure that like construction sites probably do their little thing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe in the medical field, because interns there usually get the crap work.
In the military.
Military and police.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
absolutely.
too. And in radio, I remember interns were pretty easy to. Now, we don't do that here. They actually have work to do on our show. But if you're doing a different shift, it's a little bit less involved than the morning show. I remember being, running my interns around and having them just do crap work all the time.
As part of an initiation?
It wasn't really an initiation. It was just
I needed work done.
Yeah.
Well, look at what
running
we did.
errands for me.
Look at what we did to Joe.
Joe, I feel.
I don't.
I feel bad about Joe.
I don't.
You do?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We took it to. We took it a couple
We had
steps.
people beat him with a wiffle ball bat. What? What's the big deal?
He shot a hot sauce in his ass. What's the big deal?
Well, he ruined your jeans, Kathy. He had it coming.
Let's remember what precipitated that. He ruined some jeans of yours, and so we sprayed hot sauce in his ass.
butt.
He was also a little bit of an idiot. Like, if you're going to play a prank.
Wow, how sympathetic.
Wow.
Joe, I
lost one on the table today. It was okay, though. Kind of an idiot.
Wait, why did we make him sit on top of the crane for 24 hours?
Because it was part of the month of stunts. He wanted. That's the other thing is he wanted to do these things.
Yes.
Listen, it's the same thing when you guys asked me if I wanted to do month of stunts. The only thing different
But the
between
thing is,
me
Kathy
and
doesn't think you're an idiot.
the only thing different. Yo, I'm a total moron. The only thing different between me and Joe was that I was getting paid a whole $17,000 a year. All right. So when you guys asked me to do month of stunts, I was like, okay, yes, you can drag me behind a horse. You can have me drive a car into a pond. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, there was something alluring and appealing about it, and so when Joe is saying yes to these things,
but that's a more long form. I see what you're saying, and like to make the point with you, Kathy, about the sorority and fraternity. These are things because I think there was something I'm remembering and maybe falsely remembering from The Wolf of Wall Street, where they had sort of an initiation thing that they would do with with those guys. But that kind of thing, I'm sure, has its variations.
Right.
And bringing up the sorority thing, the point of that story was that I was where it stopped. You know what I mean? Like our class was where it stopped, so we were the group that couldn't do it. So if this ends in the NFL, then that group's like, damn it,
son of a bitch, we didn't get our revenge.
Well, I feel a little bad about how we.
The Joe thing?
Yeah, just a little bit. But all right, anyhow, we're going to move on. I'm going to go to some calls. 215-263-WMMR. I'm going to go to Ed. Hey, Ed, good morning.
Morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, Ed?
So this is a typical thing we did in the fire department, even as volunteers, is when the rookies would come in, we would send them out to find tools that didn't exist. The most infamous one is go fetch the water hammer. I don't know if you know what water hammer is. It's when you shut the hose line off too fast and the hose jumps. That's water. So we tell them to go do that. The one we did in our fire department, which was we love to do, and I probably still do it, is we have a tanker truck. And we would tell the rookies that the tank need to be stirred. So we would give them like a long-handled broomstick or something, and some go up to the top, open up the lid, and start to stir the tank. And we would have them do it for like 15 or 20 minutes until, we were laughing so hard they'd realize, wait a minute, maybe this isn't a thing.
Right.
It isn't. Of course, the water does not need to be stirred. It's water.
And
we do that all the time.
What did they have you do in your initiation?
There was a water hammer thing. There was a lot of that. They kind of go look for things that did the hose lengthener. The fun that.
I love
hose
it.
straightener.
Yeah, I've heard of on a construction site, go get the board stretcher.
That one. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks, Ed.
Nice.
And I think there's a prank in baseball that they pull on bat boys when they tell them to go get a key to the batter's box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And they go looking around everywhere for a key to the batter's box, which doesn't exist.
It wasn't part of an initiation, but you talk about the interns early on, Preston at Y100. We would send them out, the time we sent them out for Java.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Joe?
No, somebody else. I remember they came back. Yeah, I couldn't find Java. All they had was coffee. Yeah. But that wasn't really a prank. That was just them not understanding what Java was. I'm going to go to Matt. Hey, Matt, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
Good. What's up, Matt?
Well, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and I actually called you guys a while back about the difference between explosions in movies and how they are in real life.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So while in the Marine Corps, I was in Iraq in 2004, and I had a prank played on me because I was a new guy, just a young 19-year-old kid, and one of the guys told me to go get a prick E5 and send me to one specific older sergeant to go get this Pricky 5, which is in terms known as radio communication equipment, and it's also known as a Prick 119. But you don't know that, so you go walking over to a sergeant and say, hey, I need a Pricky 5. Okay. And you have no idea what you're saying, and he turns and looks at you and says, what did you just say? And then you say, I need a Pricky 5, and he just chews you want a Pricky 5? I'll give you a Pricky 5, and he goes off.
Wow.
So you're just sitting there going, you have no idea why you're getting yelled at. You have no idea what you said. You turn around, and everybody is laughing at you.
So,
and you're just like the little puppy with his tail between his legs, like, oh, no, I just did something wrong.
Yeah.
But you return the favor years later when you tell the young guy, when you go for, with some of our vehicles, I was a Motor T driver, you have vehicles with air brakes. There is no fluid for these brakes.
Okay.
So you send the new guy, go get me some brake fluid right now, Marine, go. It's up in the warehouse. You need to go look and go right now. You got 2 minutes, go. And he comes back to you with a red face, scared because he can't find the brake fluid for the 7-ton truck. And you just keep going back and forth with him. And then I wasn't as hard on my Marine, but I did yell at him for not finding the brake fluid. But you pull him in and go, Marine, do we have brake fluid in these trucks? And it dawns on him. He goes, oh, no. And like, come on, Marine, you got to be smarter. You got to think on your feet, you know?
Oh, I love that.
As you get older, I think you try to teach him a little bit, but man, did I get my ass chewed while I was in Iraq for looking for a Pricky 5, man, and you get it.
Matt, looking back, though, with the whole thing and that sort of, fraternal thing, and you were sort of, I assume it was done from a place of love, and everyone goes through the rite of passage. And
absolutely.
Okay,
in the club, you know, that
yeah.
In and now they, they made fun of you. They had a laugh at your expense, but now you know better. But it also kind of, I think it teaches you how to think.
Yeah.
You know? And like when somebody says something to you, you think about what they just said, not just, oh, okay, roger that, and then you just run off and go do it. No, you think first, and then.
No, that makes
figure it out.
That makes complete sense, Matt. I love it.
Thanks, man.
You guys rock. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy. Take care. I want to go to this one because this is more directly like the NFL rookie dinner thing. I'm going to go to Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. What's up, buddy?
Hey, yeah, I'm in sales, and I worked at a company where they had a thing called NGB, which is New Guy Buys, where kind of at the first small regional sales meeting, you'd go out to dinner and you'd be required to kind of buy all the other sales guys dinner. And they would get night drinks and stuff like that as you do rounds of shots of whiskey and all this kind of stuff is. So the bill was a couple $100 is, but what you found out is the next day at the sales meeting, if you kind of took it like a man and didn't whine or complain, you found out two things is one, everybody pays you back the next day, so you're not out all those money.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And two, you find out everybody else was doing shots of watered down Coke, and you were the only one actually doing shots.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Oh my God, that's good.
That's great.
So it is. It is kind of a hazing and all that, but like I said, is if you kind of
In the Zone, AutoZone, and that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Let me regale you with news of the weird, dear friends. We're going to start with this one. Charles Entertainment Cheese copped a plea. Yes, Chuck E. Cheese. The Florida man that was arrested in full Chuck E. Cheese costume last July. Remember this?
Oh, I remember this story.
He has pleaded no contest to felony charges. 42-year-old Jermel Jones admitted to stealing a customer's debit card at the Tallahassee restaurant and using it at smoke shops, Circle K, grocery stores, and Whataburger. And you may remember the viral pictures of his arrest. It showed officers handcuffing him in the mouse suit as children were watching.
We hope you've learned your lesson, Mr. Cheese.
By the way, Jones faces up to 10 years in prison on two felonies, but he avoided jail time. He was sentenced to 3 years probation ordered to pay $1,600 in fees and banned from contacting the victim or the Chuck E. Cheese where he used to work, by the way.
It made for one of the greatest pictures of all time.
Yeah. I was just recently up in New York City and walking through Times Square. You see the people wearing the outfits. I'm just looking at it and I'm going, what all crimes? I'm not saying all people are criminals, but sometimes you find out those people have been a little bit.
I think most of them.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. So on 2 different occasions, Suraj Bhaskar tried to get into medical school. And on 2 different occasions, he failed. With his lifetime dreams and goals on the line, Bhaskar did what the most reasonable thing was that he could think of to get into the medical program, aside from trying a 3rd time. He cut off his own foot.
Oh, yeah. Look what I can do.
By giving himself 1 shoe too many, he was able to get into medical school through its disability quota program, which mandates a 5% reservation of people with disabilities, mandates a 5% reservation for people with disabilities. Police eventually figured out the plan, but aren't sure if there's anything illegal about it. And it remains to be seen if the medical school he wants into will allow him, considering his disability was elective. But
funny thing, we looked at your test scores, and you do qualify.
He does. Yeah, right, on the 3rd time. But
it was an error.
But he does qualify as a disability.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. All right, a dumb TikTok challenge could see a teenager arrested and charged. The door kick challenge, you remember this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where somebody just walks up and kicks in the front door of a random house.
Yeah.
And puts their back to it. And so they put their back to it and then they mule kick it. So that way. It often leaves damage, obviously. What makes this particular challenge, a challenge is debatable, and it seems more like a way to tell the world you're just an a-hole. Well, in Deltona, Florida, Dazani Sid is looking for justice after someone did the door kick thing to her front door. That actually allowed her dog to escape, and her dog got hit by a car after that. After investigation, Volusia County detectives say that they're confident that they have enough evidence to make an arrest, and that's expected to happen within the next day or so.
It's one of the dumbest things you could possibly imagine.
Especially, that was in Florida.
Yeah.
They shoot you for this stuff like that.
And they have for people that have done this.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just so glad that this stuff didn't exist when I was in high school,
my God.
because I would have been such a moron. I mean, bigger moron, I should say.
I look at some of the dumb things that we as adults say, wow, that's really stupid, of these social media challenges. And knowing me as 12, 13, 14,
You might have been seduced.
I would have done some of them. I'm sure I would have. So, it's just, at that age, you'd see other people doing it, you may want to try to do it. So, all right, cops staged a raid on Scotland's famous William Wallace Monument after a tourist flashed his penis in the crown of the tower. Police van and patrol car with blue lights flashing raced to the monument in Stirling amid fears that a politically motivated crime may have been taking place. It's thought the offender whipped out his manhood to take a pee at the top of the 220-foot structure, which involves a 246-step spiral staircase climb. Shocked visitors called cops over the outrageous act at the landmark that stands as a shrine to Scottish freedom fighter William Wallace.
Your balls are showing.
Officers raced to the top of the tower and arrested the offender before dragging him down the stairs and into a waiting police van. The source added, the guy looked like he might be in his 40s.
Freedom!
And he sounded as though he was speaking English in a second language. He was keen on getting into the custody van. He wasn't keen on getting into the custody van, but you couldn't say that he was resisting arrest.
I wonder if Mel Gibson will make a movie about that one.
The 220-foot tower honors Sir William Wallace, whose heroics were immortalized in Mel Gibson's worldwide blockbuster Braveheart. It was built between 1861 and 1869. And it stands on Abbey Craig, the site where Wallace is believed to have watched English troops before the Battle of Stirling Bridge. And this guy thought it'd be a nice place to take a piss. In Florida, a Polk County deputy helped a 911 caller who said that there was a frog under her couch and she was deathly afraid of the animals, according to the sheriff's officials. The sheriff's office said Deputy Rios responded to Apache Lane to help the 911 caller. The caller said that she wanted to get the frog outside and that it was huge and big. She also said she was afraid of frogs and her anxiety was very high. There wasn't just one frog under the couch, but two.
Wow.
Riosin took a picture and held up the two huge and big frogs after removing them from their home. They were like bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs.
They were biggies.
I'm looking for your bullfrog impression.
And, oh my God. I can't do that anymore. All right, and then one last thing, not really a bizarre story, but it was an interesting one, and lucky that no one was hurt, but one of NASA's 3 large WB-57 aircraft made an emergency landing at Ellington Field on Tuesday morning in southeastern Houston. Video showed the aircraft touching down on the runway without its landing gear extended. The pilot then maintained control of the vehicle as it slid down the runway, slowing the aircraft through the friction. No one on the crew was harmed.
I got to go pee-pee.
The B-57 line of aircraft dates back to 1944 when the English Electric Company began developing the plane after the Royal Air Force showcased the B-57 in 1951 by crossing the Atlantic in a record 4 hours and 40 minutes and becoming the first jet-powered aircraft to span the Atlantic without refueling. The United States Air Force began buying them to replace their aging Douglas B-26 Invader. The aircraft performed bombing missions in Vietnam and other military campaigns, and a variant later became the WB-57. It was designed to have longer wings, could fly even higher, up to 62,000 feet. So when you see this thing coming for a landing, it's got really long wings.
Very long, yeah.
But it's a good thing that the pilot was able to keep it under control because it could have been much, much
I
worse.
assume they had to do some sort of fuel dump, right? I mean,
I would think so.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to risk that.
And there is what we have in the bizarre file for you this morning. As we take a break, a reminder, we're going to test your knowledge of today's program because we have to give away tickets to see 3 Day Grace. They're going to be playing February 27th, the Hard Rock at Edis Arena, and tickets are on sale now, but we'll give them away for free when we get back with a lesson question. We'll get trashy music news too, so stay there. We'll be right back.
And do what's required. You know, you only end up paying for yourself, though you are really hungover the next day.
You know, Kevin, though, that really ends up that is a sort of, it's almost like a Rorschach test. You're getting a psychological preview of your coworker. Not that you live and die by what happens that night, but somebody rises to the challenge and does that, and then they find out that their coworkers also, when they pay the money back, they weren't going to leave you on the hook. That's a good thing to learn as well. So, you know, it's like it's fun, it's funny, but it's also, I think, kind of a good thing to learn. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. It's that bonding experience. You know, this was 20 plus years ago, and I still tell that story to
there
people.
You go.
And have fond memories, except for the hangover.
Right.
Could you imagine everyone is in on it and you're not?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've never done the this is the only guy drinking and we're just pretending to drink thing. But that's pretty fun. Let me go to Nick. Hi, Nick. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
So I work in the elevator industry, and we were replacing an elevator at a school. So we had a new guy with us. I told him, hey, the door isn't long enough. Go find me a door stretcher. Couldn't find a door stretcher.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we don't have it with us. All right, go make me a bucket of steam. What's that? I was like, all right, go find me a 5-gallon bucket and go get me some MAP gas. And we'll heat it up and we'll make some steam. I have a video of the guy sitting there with MAP gas in front of the door and a bucket of water. Just
Give me a bucket of steam.
Oh, my God.
Terrific. I like that. All right, thanks, man. Next is Keith in the commercial fishing industry. I bet there's some stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Keith. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good, buddy. All right, so you work in that industry, commercial fishing?
I played when I was younger. I'm older now. And
Okay.
Stood at a desk, but back when I wore shoes that Kathy wouldn't approve of, I've eaten a lot of bait and a lot of fish parts and just a lot of unmentionables because that's just how it is.
Oh my God!
That's how you prank each other?
Like dared to, or you have to?
It's kind of expected to.
Wow.
You know, you're the new guy. You got to show that you got some marbles, and you know, the whole idea is to try and get people throwing up and seasick.
Okay,
right.
I mean, is that the equivalent of like eating the heart of your first kill when you're out hunting?
Yeah, it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
So, Keith, did you primarily stay on like one a vessel, or when you move from vessel to vessel, is there an initiation or a razzing or hazing when you go from boat to boat, or how does it work out?
Well, when I was young, you just got hazed. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
So I don't know what it was, but I was the target, and I wasn't a sissy most of the time.
Okay. All right, Keith, give us something gnarly that you ate.
I've eaten swordfish liver. I've eaten just bait that's been dragged across the ground. Stonefish. Raw sea urchin. Nothing.
Sea urchin. So basically, it's your Stroman, Preston. That's what you get in a can.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, my God, yeah.
All right, thanks, Keith. Appreciate it, man. Let me go to, Jacqueline, who has a stonemason stuff to share with us. Hi, Jacqueline. Good morning. What's up, Jacqueline?
Good morning. Hi,
Good morning.
how are you?
Good.
So one of the things they'll get you to do at first is they'll say something like, I bet you can't pick up that bag of cement or that bag of mortar up over your head.
Okay.
And you usually are able to do it, and then someone will come up behind you with a razor blade and cut the whole bag open.
Okay. No.
That's a good one, too.
Oh.
It's a good one, too. Yeah.
And it just spills all over them, right?
Yeah.
That's
luckily, I could not lift it over.
You were smart. You were smart.
I swear to God, we all would have ended up on Dateline.
Nice.
No.
I like that.
I've
Thank
seen
you, Jacqueline.
and listen, construction sites. There's no way I would bail. I would bail on that. Like I wouldn't be able to handle it.
You
They're
don't know
just
what
too
you're doing.
tough.
Yes. A, and case B, you don't want to feel like you want. Oh, I'll go get that. I'll go get the bucket of steam.
Well, and I know somebody who was in a union and couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle how tough it was, the stuff like this that they were doing, and left. Got out, went out on his own for years, and then finally, after he knew, I guess he knew what he was getting himself into, knew what to prepare for, and went back and successfully stayed in, went through the apprenticeship and all of that.
It's tough. If you think about the commercial fishing in the early years of the show, The Deadliest Catch, they had the razzing and that sort of stuff. But I mean, in those situations, like Kathy, if you're on a construction site or whatever, you could literally get a coworker killed if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so, I guess that's a tension breaker.
I saw one gag on the construction site and I don't know exactly what the story is behind it because I just watched the video, but they take a tape measure and they go to measure the guy's face, okay?
Yeah.
And then they measure from the top of his head down to his crotch, right?
Yeah.
And then they bring it out. And then they let the tape measure go, and it smashes them right on their nuts. It's hilarious, but I don't know what the story is behind it.
It just turns into a pendulum.
Yes.
Gets them right in the balls.
I'm going to go to
It's too good.
Joy. Hi there, Joy. Good morning.
Hey, you guys rock.
Thanks. Oh, it's Joe. I'm sorry. Hey, Joe, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, so basically, back when I was in the Boy Scouts in a venture crew, what you would do with a new kid, you tell them when you got a fire going, you tell them to go get the left-handed smoke shifter out in the woods. And they go out there, and sure enough, they go and look around for about 15, 20 minutes for this left-handed smoke shifter, and it doesn't exist.
Yep.
I remember going snipe hunting when it was in Boy Scouts.
Snipe is a classic.
Mhm.
Yeah. In fact, there was a Cheers episode about snipe hunting. Yeah.
Yep. We'll go over to Brian. Hey, Brian, good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey.
Hey, when I was in the military, we used to do this thing that the new guys, I was in an armor unit, we used to give them a ball-peen hammer and tell them to go out and check the tanks for soft spots.
So they'd be out there hitting a ball-peen hammer on tank armor.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Was chalk involved with this?
Who?
Chalk. Like white pieces of chalk?
Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah. I mean, it all depended on how far we wanted to go with it, too.
All right, because
they had a...
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, because somebody else texted in with the exact same or a very similar prank, but they would give a rubber mallet and a piece of chalk, and they would have to go look for soft pieces of armor on the tank, and they would ding the tank, and inevitably it would sound different in different spots. So they think, oh, this is a soft spot. And oh man, there's not enough armor here. Yeah, and they go around the entire damn tank.
President.
Sometimes they'd be out there for hours, but it was always a good time.
That is hilarious.
That's
That
great.
reminds me, Preston, of the Bugs Bunny war cartoons where they put him in charge of checking the missiles for duds. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, let me go next to Paul. He's going to talk about prison. Hey, Paul, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
Good. What's up, my man?
Yeah, I worked in a prison for about 7 years, and whenever you were the new guy, you always got stuck. When inmates came in, you had to do the strip searches.
Okay. So
That's a job no one wants.
they left that detail up to the newbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one wanted that job, and then anytime you had a disruptive inmate that you had to bring to segregation, if they really, really didn't want to cooperate, you had to do a staff-assisted strip search, which usually involved the newest staff member getting very intimate with the inmate.
Oh, wow. That's a trial by fire.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was tough. I actually had a coworker get sued because the inmate claimed he put a finger in a spot.
Wow.
Interesting.
Did you ever prank a newbie by having one of the convicts have one of those endless handkerchiefs in their butts?
That would have been hilarious.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate
This
it.
thing won't stop.
Let's see. I will go. Oh, yeah. Let's go to this one. Hey, Brian, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. What's up, my man?
So I was an electrician, and I was on a wage job, and I was only 18 years old. Never really been in a bar. So after work, all the guys took me to a bar, and they said, we're going to sing karaoke.
Okay.
And they said, we'll sign up first so you can see how it goes, and then, you'll go last. I was like, okay. So being a country guy, and, I figured I'd sing Garth Brooks to dance, and, they said the karaoke starts, and I'm going to kind of waiting for one of the guys' names that I'm working with to go, and of course it's my name that goes first.
They called you first. Nice.
None of the other guys signed up. It was only me.
So you're putting on a concert.
You had to get up there and sing that tender Garth Brooks ballad.
It'd be funny
how'd that go, by the way, Brian?
So I did well, except I really kind of brought the atmosphere down in the bar because, upbeat bar, and here I am.
Yeah, like when Nick played We Got Tonight at the frat party. Mhm. That's great, Brian. Thanks, man.
It would be really funny if they all just signed up his name instead of, because they all look like they were signing up. But if they
And
all
every single song, they kept calling him back to be. That would be a good one. I like that. These are rookie kind of newbie initiations that we're talking about because the NFL does these rookie dinner. There was an article in the New York Times about that recently, calling that out. So I'm going to go to Dominic next, another Boy Scout story. Hey, Dominic, good morning.
Good morning. You guys are office.
Thanks, your office. What's up, bud?
So when I was my first sleepaway camp for Boy Scouts, I was 12. We were about to go swim in the lake, and they sent me to go look for the fallopian tube.
Oh my God.
That's fantastic. That's really good.
Yeah, that was embarrassing, especially when you don't know those things.
Yeah, so were you going up and asking leaders where the fallopian tubes were?
Yep, and there was a nice warehouse full of kids. This had to be a thing they did every year because all I got was laughs right away.
That's great. All right, thanks, Dominic. Which one, Casey?
I was looking at number 6 because we had two calls that were just very similar.
Okay, I'll go to Ben. Hi, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Hey, so I've worked in kitchens for a while, and part of the new guy kind of hazing was either emptying out all the hot water from the coffee maker at the end of the night, but obviously since
93.3 WMMR and Bon Jovi, everything that rocks. It's 10:15 Thursday morning, and the Preston and Steve show. The WMM Emmys. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those when we get into music news, which will be along in just a moment. But voting is up and running, and today's the last day for it. So just giving you a heads up and make sure you're aware that is taking place. But we'll do something else for now. Lesson question time. We have tickets to give away to see 3 Days Grace, not Third Days Grace. 3 Days Grace, Friday, February 27th. They're playing the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. And the question we'll go with is from about 7 o'clock this morning. Who was originally supposed to play Rocky? We had no idea.
It's crazy.
610-660-9333. If you heard that this morning, This is your cue to call in now, 610-660-9333, who originally was supposed to play Rocky. Not really, but it's what we were talking about. All right, call if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Acme Markets. Hungry and in a hurry, Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup gets you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. Fast, fresh, and right to your door. Acme, fresh foods, local flavors. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, 71-year-old Al Roker celebrating 30 years on the Today Show. Roker admits he used to be so nervous he was terrified he would crap himself, but now he does it without a second thought. Hey! TMZ has obtained a deposition Bill Cosby gave in one of his lawsuits in which he admits to obtaining Quaaludes he later used to drug his victims. In a related story, Satan has already picked out the sweater Cosby will wear in hell. And finally, Charity Pierce, one of the stars of My 600-Pound Life, has passed away at the age of 50. The news has forced doctors to reconsider their suggestion that a 50-year-old's target weight should be 600 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, we are attempting to get an answer to the question who was originally supposed to play Rocky, and it is Scott that we will go to. He was up first, so let me go to him. Hey, Scott, good morning.
I believe it was Regis Philbin.
Yeah, it was Regis. You are absolutely correct. One moment, sir. You get to see 3 Days Grace, Friday, February 27th at the Hard Rock Live at Edis Arena, and that's at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Tickets are on sale now for that show, hardrockac.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, got a number of items in music news. It's brought to you by Temple Basketball. It's a whiteout at the Leah-Core Center this Saturday as the Owls host South Florida in a nationally televised primetime matchup featuring two teams near the top of the American Conference standings. You can wear white and be loud, and let's go Owls. Bruce Springsteen has used his microphone often to shine a spotlight on what he feels is wrong politically in our country. 2 weeks ago, he dedicated a performance of Promised Land to Renee Good, the protester that was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis, perhaps feeling that a brief speech wasn't enough. And with the death of protester Alex Preddy just days later, Springsteen went further. He actually wrote and recorded a protest song that name checks both Good and Preddy. It's called Streets of Minneapolis. And it came out yesterday and not only mentions the two dead protesters, but it also names and points fingers at Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, and Kristi Noem. He said, I wrote this song on Saturday, recorded it yesterday, and released it to you today in response to the state of terror being visited on the city of Minneapolis. He said this in a social media post, and if you want to hear the song, it is available on his socials. Aerosmith bassist Tom Hamilton doesn't want to miss a thing ahead of Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith's permanent closure in March. So yesterday, the musician, who is 74 years old, by the way, visited Disneyland's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Florida, to ride one of the resort's premier indoor roller coasters one last time before it takes its final lap. He wrote on social media, what a day at Disney's Hollywood Studios with my new band. It's been an absolute honor to share this ride with our fans for so many years. He wrote, huge thanks to the amazing cast members for the warmth, hospitality, and respect for what this moment means. Thanks for letting us ride this way, #ride this way, he added. In the post, Hamilton shared a variety of photos that were taken through his visit to the park. In one image, he looks at a signed portrait of Aerosmith posing outside Rock and Roller Coaster's iconic red guitar on the building's exterior facade. Another photo shows him riding the coaster alongside members of his band. His new band is called Close Enemies, by the way, and they are currently on tour. Excuse me.
How'd you like the ride, man?
The band also stuck around the ride's show building and took photos with fans. Hamilton's visit comes less than 2 months before Aerosmith will be removed from the Rock and Roller Coaster forever. The last day of operation will be on March 1st. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith opened in 1999. The ride vehicle features a 125-speaker, 14 subwoofer, and 32,000-watt audio system that plays Aerosmith hits like Walk This Way and Back in the Saddle and Love in an Elevator, rewritten as Love in a Roller Coaster.
Did you ever ride it?
I loved it.
I never got to ride it.
I rode it several times. He was actually a really good roller coaster. Yeah. So indoor roller coasters never really done it much for me because the limited space. This one had bigger loops and things like that I thought were possible for an indoor roller coaster. So, and at one point, you actually go through a donut.
Oh, nice.
Like a giant donut. Yeah, it was pretty fun. So it was kind of sad to see this. Back in December, Entertainment Weekly reported the ride's pre-show entertainment was permanently scrapped from the attraction. There was this video that we would see in a room prior to the coaster's loading area, and it was Aerosmith in a recording studio and saying they had to get to the gig and all that stuff.
We need a big donut.
The quiet changes came ahead of the ride's transformation into a Muppets-themed attraction set to open later this year. In June 2025, park officials announced the future arrival of Jim Henson's beloved characters on Hollywood Studios' Sunset Boulevard. Guests will once again be welcomed into a recording studio, this time occupied by members of the Electric Mayhem Band, Penguins working as audio engineers, and Scooter, who's rushing to get the band on stage in front of fans.
So it's essentially the same thing with just Muppets.
Yeah. I think so. So while the specific opening date has yet to be announced, Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets is set to debut in summer 2026. So the coaster's going to stay the same. They'll just change the music and, do a little facelift on it. Oh, wait, hold on. There was another Aerosmith.
This just in.
No, I had it attached to this and I forgot about it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
From the garbage files.
I literally pulled it out of the garbage. Their self-titled debut album was released. They're doing a celebration for it. It was released in January 1973. Was not a hit from the go, but it eventually climbed to number 21 in 1976. It featured the famed "Dream On" single, which was not a chart topper when it arrived in 1973, but it hit the top 10 when it was re-released in 1975.
Still a great song.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. The band will unleash Aerosmith, the Legendary Edition, on March 20th, which they call the definitive version of the 1973 album. It'll arrive in several formats, including limited edition 5LP, Aerosmith, the album, offering the original album remastered on clear vinyl, plus 2024 album mix on translucent red vinyl. Also features a 1973 live performance at Paul's Mall in Boston on black vinyl, plus unreleased studio tracks also on black vinyl, and a UV cloud effect 12-inch vinyl. And what's really unique about the reissue is that it also includes a hardcover book with never-before-seen photos and liner notes with fresh interviews with Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, Tom Hamilton, Brad Whitford, and Joey Kramer. Other musicians also contribute, including Pearl Jam's Mike McCready, Dolly Parton, the Black Crowes' Chris Robinson, and Guns N' Roses' Slash. And speaking of the Black Crowes, there's a show coming to town. The Black Crowes and Whiskey Myers are co-headlining the Southern Hospitality Tour. This will be Friday, June 12th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. And next week, Jackie Bam Bam's going to have your tickets.
Hey.
Make sure you tune into him. Tickets go on sale Friday, February 6th, so next Friday at 10 a.m. And if you go to WMMR.com, you can sign up for the artist pre-sale and another chance to win tickets. The deadline for that is Sunday, February 8th, by the way. So again, it's Black Crowes and Whiskey Myers co-headline the Southern Hospitality Tour, Friday, June 12th, Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tickets on sale Friday, February 6th. Jackie Bam Bam with tickets to give away next week. And the last item are the WMMAMmies, the Whammies, the Everything That Rocks Awards.
Whammy!
Final day of voting is up and running. So the Rock Artist of the Year nominees are Oasis, Linkin Park, Metallica, Shinedown, and Ozzy Osbourne. All of those groups had big things that happened over the past year. And you can go to PrestonandSteve.com, click on the WMMAMmies link, and then click on the banner one. And that's it. And then tomorrow morning, we'll find out all the categories, who the winners are.
Excellent.
Release that
Kind of
information.
excited.
Yeah, you have until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning to place your vote. And that's the last item in music news. We're going to take a break and come back. We will wrap things up and, of course, get that letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize, which we give away tomorrow. Matt Cord's going to be in for that. We'll be right back.
Connected
Constantly brew.
Oh, it's hooked up to a line?
Run out.
Oh, my God, that's great.
So there's guys there 5-10 minutes just emptying it out. Also,
It's just constantly running. That's
yeah.
I love it.
Sending them out looking for left-handed pizza cutters or pickle jar openers. Oh, it's in the tool in the back.
That seems to be a common theme. The left-handed, whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
love that.
And I like the pickle jar opener.
And you're
Thanks, man.
you're right for the picking because you're nervous. You're the newbie. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. I like this one. I'm going to go to James. Hi, James. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great, man. What's up?
Yeah, way back in the day, my brother used to tell this hilarious story when they worked at U.S. Steel. There was this huge crane that would move material from building to building, obviously operated from a tower, crane operators. And they would give the newbies this hokey little box with 2 buttons on it, a transistor radio antenna stuck in it, and tell them that was operating this crane. And they would push the button, and this huge crane was coming.
That's excellent.
That's so good. So they think they're operating a huge crane.
It's terrible. They felt so important, like they're operating their first day, and I'm operating this crane.
Oh, I'd pay good money to see a video of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
Thanks, James. I appreciate it, man. All right, we'll see ya.
You're watching this huge thing movie. You got this little.
They're letting me do this on my first day?
First day, I was a crane operator.
I'm going to go to Alex. Hi there, Alex. Good morning.
Good morning. You guys rock.
Thank you, Alex. We're talking about razzing the newbies. What's your story?
So when I was a kid, 16, 17, I worked at Chick-fil-A down in Florida. And I would train. I was a team leader, manager, whatever, and so I'd have to train the new kids who were my age, of course. But so I the girls especially, because the guys never fell for it. But I'm showing them how to where to find the chicken, the napkins, whatever. And they go, okay, what's next? I go, all right, well, now we got to go upstairs and pluck the chicken. And they go, she go, what? I go, yeah, upstairs. That's where do you think the chickens come from?
So
and inevitably a couple of them started crying.
But hang on, Alex.
Tell them, I'm just joking.
Alex, is there even an upstairs at the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it was a very small office
Okay.
thing, and I convinced them that there was another door.
You gotta go pluck the chickens. That's fantastic. All right, Alex, thank you. Oh my God, there's so many other good ones here, gang. But we gotta take a break. There's another one that an electrician would tell them to watch out for that invisible floor glue. That's great. Be stepping around everything. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. And then Samantha, as a waitress, said they would tell people to water the fake plants, and there's good things.
Oh, I love
All right.
Jessica's amusement park. She'd drop bolts and screws from the top of the ride to make them think it was falling apart.
Oh no.
That is terrible.
These are good, folks. Thank you. All right, so the rookie dinner in the NFL, but the difference between the ones that we heard about on the phones is this would cost you $25,000 to take the guys, and that's real money, and it's going away for good.
Right.
So it's a little bit different, but thank you for sharing. We do appreciate that. Speaking of $25,000, we got $1,000 to give away, and I want to make sure we're staying on time for it. It's for MMR's You-Who Loot, and I've got more details on that in just a moment. It's coming up at 8 o'clock. Stay with us. Beat File on the way next.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Check here to read. It says, good morning to all. And it says, avid podcaster here. Great day for the Phillies. Playoffs, baby. And the gorgeous Manthes fall activities list. Can't wait to hear it. And then they write, shooby dooby doo wop, Casey boy.
I think it's the shabba shabba doo wabba doo wabba doo wabba.
good game. Yeah.
Hi, Grandmom.
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
I think, maybe.
Hi,
Grandmom.
So anyhow, yes.
Hi, Grandmom.
Speaking of Manthes fall activities list, that podcast is now available. You can also watch yesterday's show if you would like to, as it was rolling out via the YouTube stream. Those are always every day. You can go back and watch anything you've heard about. Maybe that there's a visual element to here in the studio. Go to our YouTube channel and watch it.
There are multiple ways to consume it.
This is true.
And I think, Marissa, is the link to the YouTube in the page of fall activities?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so you can see the whole list and then the link to watch it and get everything that we talked about is right there.
This is so good.
Yeah.
It's time for some girl-on-girl stuff.
Oh, my God. Anyway, thank you, Manthe. Okay. All right, so I saw this article, and it is a survey of over 1,500 residents in 30 major U.S. cities to determine which cities swear most frequently. Cursing, okay? So using swear words, curse words, however you'd like to refer to it.
What, on a personal note, what's your level of cursing?
It's kind of high. It's not, I think Casey is by far the highest of any of us here. Yeah.
Just in passive conversation, not I curse a fair amount. I use them as sentence enhancers.
Yes, to
right, to quote
SpongeBob.
But that's I do. As I was thinking about it, and you had mentioned this topic early on, I do incorporate them a fair amount.
It's usually when I'm either really mad about something,
right,
or I'm really happy about something.
Yes,
it seems to be on the extreme ends of emotion when I throw out the curses. But in passive conversation,
I do that. I think it's kind of weird.
It does always make the conversation better or make the story better.
Right.
But mine is, it depends on who I'm talking to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So like you guys, I will tell a story like that, no problem. But like I have a friend, and sometimes I'll tell the story and maybe say the F word, and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot. I don't do that with
I
her.
know.
And it makes me feel awkward.
Yeah.
And so then I stop, and my story becomes, something completely different because I'm not using those words.
I've had that exact. In fact, I've had it recently where I'm like, oh, I don't know if this person is comfortable with me talking this way.
That.
So
Yes.
well, I have to go. Yeah, it's an awkward thing.
So in this survey, they asked people how often they swear, the situations they swear in the most, and even the age that they uttered their first swear word. I think I remember the first time I dropped the F-bomb in front of other people, and I was probably in like first grade or something like that. I remember saying it, and then my sister being like,
oh my God, we pack a bag, we've got to leave.
And it was like, I'm telling, that was the whole thing. I'm telling.
A Christmas story.
Yeah.
Could not believe.
So the average respondent swears 21 times per day. Please.
But does that include like damn and hell and stuff like that?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yes, it does actually, Casey.
Okay.
So this is according to the overall average. So the average age Americans start. Well, you know what? Let me dive into some of the more specifics. So here, younger generations are more likely to use swear words. Gen Z swears an average of 24 times a day, compared by baby boomers swearing 10 times per day.
No.
No. By 9 a.m. we've already doubled that.
We curse more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Men swear more than women. 22 versus 18 times per day. This is per this particular survey. So the U.S. cities that swear the most, that curse the most, where do you think we in Philadelphia fall?
I'm going to put us way up there.
I think we're high.
way
top
up.
10. I feel like the Northeast is a hotbed for cursing.
I'm going to put us top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're number 4.
All right. We're number 4.
Now
we're number 4.
We're tied for number 4. So I'll give you the top 5 and all the ties. So number 1 is Columbus, Ohio.
No effing kidding.
Yeah, right?
Is it just because they wake up in Columbus, Ohio?
That must be it. You start the day by dropping an F-bomb as soon as you roll out of bed.
Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Would not have called that one.
Number 2. Oh, F, I'm in Columbus. So Las Vegas is number 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, there's a lot of people losing their mortgage.
Yep.
That was one of the first cities to legalize cursing.
Number 3 is Jacksonville, Florida. So far, none of these in the Northeast, Case.
Wow, okay.
What is that? Number 4, a place you're familiar with, Casey, Oklahoma City.
Wow, okay.
Recently went through town there.
These seem to be a bit more, I would not figure these locations for a high level of cursing.
Well,
but maybe just mental duress is the reason.
I had heard that the entire middle of the country is like, just, don't curse. Yeah, I just for some reason thought that anything in and around the mighty Mississippi, they were like, no.
Did Dumas tell you that?
Dumas did not.
Okay,
no,
right.
but I did hear it. I thought recently I
all right.
You heard what?
That the middle of America just doesn't curse very
as much.
Yeah.
Right. So tied for 4th is Philadelphia, Dallas, and Indianapolis.
I don't like
Profane prophecy. It's from the Black Crowes. We just announced in music news that Black Crowes coming back to town. They're going to be playing along with Whiskey Myers, co-headlining tour of the Southern Hospitality. And that'll be Friday, June 12th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Jackie's going to get you tickets all next week. They don't go on sale till February 6th. So that's what we try to do here at MMR. Get the tickets before they even go on sale. Go to WMMR.com. You can actually sign up for an artist pre-sale. Another chance to win tickets over there as well. Deadline on that is coming up on the 8th. So you have been told. You have been so informed, my friend. So we're getting set to wrap up the program. I would like to thank our guest, Mr. Ric Roman Waugh.
Yeah.
Director of the latest Jason Statham film called Shelter, which will be in theaters tomorrow. And he's the guy who did the Greenland and the Greenland 2 movie. I didn't see Greenland 2, but I really enjoyed the first one. And solid director.
Terrific.
Nice guy, too.
Super nice. He did the movies Felon and Snitch, and he's done a whole bunch of really solid action movies.
Yeah, he's a former stuntman. He's been in lots of great movies.
And he mentioned Shot Caller Press. Jamie Lannister is the lead in that one. I forget that guy's name. It sounds like Russian or something.
He's got
like
a
that.
unique name, but he's a great actor. That's cool. So we had an enjoyable day today and a nice chat with him. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
So he was I'm good.
Excellent.
A stuntman in Roadhouse, too?
Yeah.
I wonder what scene that was.
Yeah.
He was in The Crow, in Days of Thunder, like movie after
Lethal
movie after
Weapon
movie.
2,
Yeah.
The Last Action Hero.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
You don't ever think like a stuntman would become a director.
I know.
Well,
Yeah,
Chad Stahelski is I think that's how it's pronounced. He is the guy who's directed all the John Wick movies.
Okay.
So some of them port over into it, and then Hal Needham was a legendary stuntman who he was Smoking the Bandit and all those movies. So.
Did he direct those movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Hal Needham directed Smoking the Bandit, and
I don't really. Directors aren't big on my radar. I know actors.
What else? He did Cannibal Run Case.
Oh man, I love that movie.
Okay,
all of those.
It was a cool conversation. How you doing, man?
Good. You guys were talking about flamethrowers, right?
Yes.
I have one.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the full. Oh yeah, Matt's got a picture of him using it. Hang on a second.
Scroll
here.
through. You see Patty Ann with it too.
Is it the same device that we were talking about?
This one's a little bit different. This looks more like a gun.
Yeah.
With a small tank on top of it. What do you use that for?
Well, that was the MGK Big Bad Bonfire.
Yeah.
We lit it for that.
I mean, so that's yours? You own it?
I got it from Patty Ann in the marriage.
Okay.
It was her late husband, Carl's.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Why did he have it?
He had a lot of things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like a big gun guy or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got you.
But I haven't used it since the bonfire. And I'm thinking, wow, I should use it for the snow. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
It's a good, when people come over the house, it's a good conversation.
I can imagine.
What's that?
It looks pretty intense.
It's my flamethrower.
Yeah. Are they legal? Probably not.
But we've got one.
When we had it for the Big Bad Bonfire, like the people at the mountain met us in the car.
Yeah.
And then they had police officers take us, they didn't want us walking through the crowd with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
So it was like a big thing, like you have to wait in your car. They're going to be there and they're going to take you on this little special ride up the side of the mountain so no one can see it. And
I mean, they sell them at Home Depot, $200.
Yeah. That's
Really?
pretty cool. Okay, so
All right,
legal.
okay, good.
Definitely legal.
Different versions. There's an $80 one.
Okay.
I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Yeah, please do. All right, Matt, let's get the letter.
Yes.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
Y as in Yellow Man.
All right, we have one more to go, which we will give away on, we'll give the prize away on Friday. Pair of tickets is MMR Roxburgh Kreischer, along with an overnight stay, $200 food and beverage credit as well for that show coming up Saturday, April 4th at Ovation Hall in Atlantic City at the Ocean Casino. And you can get your tickets today at theoceanac.com. So can't wait for tomorrow and an opportunity to give that to you. What's happening on the show today, man?
Well, we got a block of U2, a block of Soundgarden, which I'll mix in some Chris Cornell, and then Coldplay. And I have some audio from Coldplay back when, remember they played the Y100 Festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So I got to interview Chris Martin.
Cool.
And he talked about how he ran up the Rocky steps.
Yeah.
And with his British accent, he goes, and when I got there was about 1,000 other people doing the exact same thing. And then he goes, but I just tried to pretend I do it every day.
Yeah.
That's great.
Was that at the Electric Factory?
No, it was
that was
First Union, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Coldplay, Good Charlotte, Newfound Glory, Queens of the Stone Age, Seether, and Zwan.
Zwan,
Billy Corgan.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, 2002.
Nice.
That was the one where Gina Crash forgot where she parked her car.
And got mad at you.
And got mad at me because I didn't help her find it. I was like, I don't even know what part of the building you walked in. Like, how am I going to help? I wasn't there when you parked it.
When you were walking out?
Yeah, well, she wanted me to leave before Coldplay went on. I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to go watch
They
this
weren't that
band.
big at the time.
No.
though.
Yeah.
I think McGuinn told me they got them for like $50,000.
That ain't going to happen now.
Yeah, but they did, I think, 5 songs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those are
The
shorter,
last one was like a Christmas song.
shorter shows.
Yeah. That, and then RBQ tickets for Lame Ass and Pierre's vinyl cut, Sex Pistols.
Oh, wow.
Never mind the bollocks.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The classic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt. And thank you to our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Duncan. And the Preston and Steve Show, of course, runs on Duncan, and by the Philly Auto Show, January 31st to February 8th. More than cars, it's an experience. You can unlock your reason. And also brought to you by Faulkner Buick GMC in Trevose. And you can get a great deal on your next vehicle. FaulknerBuickGMC.com to be sure. Tomorrow is No Sad Bro, of course. We'll have the Connoisseur segment. Comedian Andy Woodhull.
Yeah, sorry.
Looks like a Y.
Yeah.
Will be in the studio. And also comedian Rosebud Baker will be in the studio tomorrow. And we'll do all our Friday things. So that's it. We are done. Rage on, and you have a great day in the morning. And we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.